check, Rob.
Check. Check 1, 2.
Luke.
Check.
Beautiful.
Start the chit chat. And you play back and go, geez, we didn't say that.
Nothing got caught out last week, I think.
You did?
Oh, no, it was,
Southern boys?
no, didn't one of you say something back from a break?
Possibly. Oh, yeah, I think we did, yeah. I'm usually pretty good with that, so I think we did.
It wasn't,
Might have been something happened, yeah. Those jackets. Then you get my hope someone's got $15 or something. You had a game against Hobart a few weeks ago. Hobart were just playing like a draw with it ended up being a reasonably competitive game.
Look at the scoreboard. I think they wouldn't get 10 goals in the fixtures.
I bet 51%.
Yeah, we're a bit nervous when we got here and they got 3 of the
Price
football
Welsh,
players.
Siggins and
They did it with the two backs and then
All good, Chris. Yep, we're here. No. Welcome to Windsor Park in Launceston. It's round 11 action in the TSL, and it's a big game this afternoon between Launceston and North Hobart. On paper, looks a bit of a mismatch. Launceston, of course, on top of the ladder. Been in a pretty good form. A couple of hiccups in recent weeks, especially their loss against North Launceston, but they're doing pretty well at this halfway point of the season against North Hobart. Of course, their side has changed a bit from last week because of the Tasmania Devils' involvement up in Sydney. But they've come to play today, and they'll be wanting to give a good account of themselves here at Windsor Park. Joining me in commentary this afternoon, first of all to my left, Luke Grabarczyk. G'day, Barch.
Afternoon, Foz. Afternoon to everyone listening this afternoon. Looking forward to what can hopefully be a nice even contest in what are pretty good conditions now.
Yep, they certainly are. And to Luke's left, we've got Rob Soward, who's our expert commentator today. G'day, Rob.
G'day, Dave, and g'day, Luke. Great to be here, and looking forward to a good game.
Certainly are, and North Hobart have just come on the ground, and Launceston have been on it for a while now doing their preliminaries. Might get down to the ground level. Our boundary reporter today is Tony Webb, and he's right down there near the umpires getting ready for the toss. How are conditions down there, Tony?
Pretty good out here, actually, Dave. It's a little bit soggy, muddy, I suppose you'd say, in the middle. Still reasonably solid. Around the ground is pretty good, except right in front of the goal squares. It's been cut up just a little bit. Jay Blackberry's coming for the toss. I suppose he's the acting captain. There's no wind out here. The rest of the ground looks in pretty good nick. I reckon she might be a high-scoring game today.
And of course, Jay Blackberry, a milestone today. We mentioned that right off the top. It's 212 games, so it equals Jay Bowden's record for the most number of games in the TSL.
That's right.
So Jay's there a little bit early, but Tony, we might get to you in a second for the result of the toss, but we'll just bring it back up here for a second. Rob, of course, we came here a few weeks ago, Launceston versus Lauderdale, thinking that was going to be a little bit of a mismatch, but if the visiting team brings the right attitude, anything can happen.
Absolutely, and that game that you mentioned, Lauderdale, some key outs. We were a little bit worried, Dave, but they came to play, and similarly North Hobart have got to do the same today. They've got a number of outs for different reasons. Launceston also a couple of outs, so North Hobart will be looking for a good start.
Okay, and Jack Sandrick, who's captain this year of North Hobart, number 45. The toss is about to be made. The two captains are there, and bit of indecision. And Tony, what was the result of the toss? Tony, we got you there?
Yep, we have. North Hobart have won the toss and are kicking to this town end of the ground.
Tell us about the breeze down there.
Look, there's very little. There's just sort of blown a little bit on the back of my neck. It's not a gale or anything like that. I really don't know. It's sort of picking up a tad. Might favour, when it gets up, it will favour the town end, put it that way.
Yeah, usually it's the favoured end here at Windsor Park.
Yep.
So a few other scores. We'll get you back to quarter time, Tony. So Dave Gruber on staff today. Welcome to Dave Gruber. He's the best in the business here, giving us all the team stats as the game progresses. Earlier scores today in the under-18s, it was Launceston 14-9-93, defeated North Hobart 3-3-21, and a big win of the Blues in the D-League, 21-21-46, defeated North Hobart 1-4-10. Good news, Barch, Tasmania Devils 14-4-88, defeated the Sydney Swans Academy 13-6-84.
Great result, Foz. Fantastic for Tasmanian football.
Yep, and a couple of big losses for Sydney in the last couple of nights. The Hawks now the Tassie Devils.
Just goes to show, as we were talking about here with this game, you can never preempt a result of any sport, particularly Aussie rules football. We saw the Hawks get up last night. So will we see an upset here today? Who knows?
A couple of late changes for Launceston, and the big news is that Fletcher Seymour is back in for his first game for 2021, long-term injury, and also coming into the side is Tyson Miller, and a couple of big outs there, Rob. Jake Hines has been in really good form, and as we expected, Michael Musiger, who copped a rib injury last week, he hasn't come up.
Big outs, as you said, Dave. I mean, Jake Hines has been Launceston's best player all year and was dominant the last time we saw them here, so big out. So again, North Hobart would give themselves a good chance as long as they get a good start.
That's right. It's all about the start here in these games here at Windsor Park. Got JB Harper just jogging off the ground. We believe he may return next week. Massive in the game against Glenorchy at KG5.
He will be. I did notice yesterday, and congratulations to JB. He's just graduated as a firefighter.
Yep.
So well done to him, and I'm sure Launceston will welcome him back with open arms.
Okay, so the players taking up their positions. Jay Blackberry, of course, on the ball. Also there is the Launceston player there in Grant Holt in the centre of the ground. Jake Smith on the ball for the Demons. Got Sandrick, Kilpatrick and Angus Norton, I think, in the middle there as well. In fact, it's Caswell. So first ruck contest, you're listening to City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5 and via the TSL live stream. Not much footy on today around the state or, of course, in the AFL, so hopefully you're tuning in wherever you are. If the weather's not great, you're going to witness some great footy here this afternoon. Round 11 action, Launceston versus North Hobart. To kick us off, here's Luke Rabarchik.
Rucks go at it. Leedham won it down comfortably, but it was taken away by North Hobart. That was Kilpatrick, got the first clearing kick out of the centre square off the left boot. Goes out wide. Getting back there is Brown. Had his kick nicely smothered. Desperation. Players go in hard early. Bodies go in very willingly. Good start to this game. Ball ends in dispute, and the umpire will come in and restart it. Just forward of the wing for North Hobart.
Great left there from Kylan Coburn, Barch. He threw himself at that contest.
Yeah, fantastic. That's the sort of stuff that you would pick out in a review come Monday when you're looking at the game. Wonderful start. Ball going nowhere at the moment. A lot of players around this football. Potentially taking a high tackle there was Holt.
It's the old pole drive.
The umpire has rewarded Holt, and he'll get the first real possession for Launceston. Defensive side of the broadcast wing. Short ball. Squaring ball finds Leedham on the chest. Point of the centre square. Nice kick, but dangerous into the centre. Looking for right. Might have had the arms chopped. The umpire's paid that. He goes on quickly now. Spearing ball. No one in particular. Coming up was Riley. Couldn't take it on the half volley. Taylor was there. Go to Denellen. Left foot. Squaring ball. Blackberry to go back. Takes a chest mark. 30 metres out directly in front. And he'll go back for the first scoring shot of the afternoon.
And Roberts, Hugh Williams Jr. has got the big job on Riley.
He's got a huge job. I mean, Riley, as we've seen several times this year, just chops teams to pieces. Can be quiet for a quarter and then bobs up. That's a key. That's going to be a key role today for North Hobart.
Absolutely.
So here, this will be Blackberry. Good mark going back with the fight. 30 metres out, directly in front, as Tony alluded to. No breeze to speak of. Comes in now. Left foot kick. He's just pulled it to the near side. He'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Would have been a wonderful start for a grand occasion. North Hobart to bring it back in.
And it's Kilpatrick. He's got the first possession of the game. Runs his full measure. Beautiful kick outside, defensive 50. Contest here. Knocked away by Coburn. Out of play. Should mention the goal umpires today wearing the MND beanies, the blue beanies.
Great cause. I was listening to Jeff Farmer on Triple M coming up today.
Yep.
He's going down the slide. Wonderful to hear Jeff Farmer. Great to see him on the slide on
legend
Monday.
of the Melbourne Footy Club. Front position Leedham from behind Buddy Walker in the ruck today. Kilpatrick gets it to Young, now to Sandrick. Round the corner, kick to the centre circles. Floating kick, taken by Brown. Releasing handball now to Tuthill. Turns to his right, little kick looking for Smith. Gets one hand to it, has to kick it off the ground in desperation. Back to Kilpatrick, prominent early. Dances through traffic. Gets on the left foot. Plenty of demons here at half forward. Leafever takes the mark. Wheels around. Has a short option there in Hardy. Didn't even go for it in the end. And Jamison House takes the easy mark at half back. He switches play out to the far side. Finds a teammate there in the debutant Philgate. He runs on. Finlay Poke knocks it. Gets it back to Finlay Poke right in front of the interchange bench. Kicks it a half forward. Nice mark by Tuthill at half back.
Tuthill comes inside now, finds Smith with a spearing ball. He goes laterally right across the ground. They've got Woolley here. He's on the broadcast wing, goes back now, called to play on, goes around Leafheber, left foot ball, he's good, finds Holt, centre square, goes by hand. Launceston go inside forward 50 for the second time. Thorpe came up to meet it. The umpire said he was impeded. North Hobart probably won't be too happy with that, but Mitch Thorpe will be the recipient of the free kick. and he'll have the football 45 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. Goes short now, looking for Riley in the pocket. Got to it on the first bounce, slipped as he came back in board. North Hobart called for holding the ball. Umpire says no. Denellen emerges from the pack. Gave a handball back, but that was intercepted by, I think that might have been Jackson. Now it's Williams. Couldn't take it. Goes back again, Williams. Little right football off the ground was okay. Got to Norton. Came back inside by hand. That worked, and they'll clear North Hobart now through Caswell. Hurried a ball. Finds the chest of Leafheber. He's in the centre square, Leafheber. Great start from North Hobart. They'll be very encouraged.
Switches it now to Millhouse. Big roll in the back line this year. Trent Millhouse goes short. Finds Angus Norton in the helmet. Kick over the top now to Kilpatrick. Possession number 4. Gets himself close to the boundary line. Goes his full measure. Centering ball here towards Leafheber once again. Athletic fly there. Falls to the base out of Hilda. He can't pick it up. Chain of handball. Smith defensively. They work it out there through Chilcott. And a nice mark taken with the one hand there by Alec Wright. Casey Brown back there in defence. Beautiful releasing kick now towards Palfreyman. He's got a lot of space. Touches the ball to the ground. Gets the front edge of the centre square. Inside 50 target. Thorpe can't take it. On the rebound. Picks it up. Handball to Nellen. To Riley. Can he fashion a shot? He fumbles, but he gets a high tackle.
A little bit lucky there, I think, Dave.
The boys in the box probably agree with a few in the crowd there that he might have been a bit fortunate, but there was high contact there, I think. And Hugh Williams Jr. threw the head back. Riley about 20 out, 10 metres in from the boundary. Not an easy shot by any means. Is he going to go around the corner? He certainly is. He's facing at right angles. He's going to go now. Does Riley, and he kicks the first for Launceston. They're up and away here at Windsor Park of the Blues. 1-1-7. North Hobart yet to score. First blood, Dylan Riley.
Interesting to note, I think the last time we saw North Hobart up in Launceston, Rob, they played the Northern Bombers at UTAS. They were very defensive. Ball was parked in their defensive half. They had no one forward of the ball. They've started in a much more attacking fashion today.
They have, Barch, and you're absolutely right. If they're going to cause an upset here today, that's exactly what they need to do. But the challenge that we've seen against Launceston all year, very talented forward line. So not the start that they wanted, but you're right. North Hobart certainly here with some very good intent.
In the corresponding contest here at North Hobart early in the year, it was really close at half time, and I think
ended up being a
13 goals in the third quarter.
125 points in the end.
Over to you, Barch.
Plays restarted here. Kilpatrick's been busy. Another handball. That might be his fifth possession. Got to Sandrick. Kick went over a couple of would-be targets, and Wright was able to clear. His kick also a little bit long. Ball free on the outer wing. Players go in now. No one able to take the football cleanly. Boundary line might win out in the end, and indeed it does in front of the interchange gates. Entertaining start to this game. Very encouraging in what are now quite good conditions for football. Ball to be thrown back in, outer wing. Leadham up against Hardy. Leadham had the height advantage. He palmed it down quite nicely, but couldn't find a teammate. Hardy now has it at ground level. He's immediately tackled. Umpires picked out a free kick that will go the way of North Hobart on this occasion, and Hardy will take it. Centre wing. Gave a quick handball away, kept the ball moving. Millhouse hurried a left foot kick forward. Wright probably could have been paid the mark. Umpire said no, and as a result, it ends with Caswell. His kick was smothered. Norton unable to take clean possession. He was tackled immediately. Wright a hurried kick. Ricochets to Blackburn. He goes to wide open space. On the broadcast wing, we've got a foot race here. Chilcott is, I think, leading in that at the moment. It was socket away from his grasp. That was clever play in the end. Taken there by, that was Mathewson. Came back inside. His teammate was immediately tackled. Umpire, he stops it now and says, I'll have a ball up here. Young was the player that was tackled for North Hobart. Ruck's arriving late now, working overtime. Leadham and Hardy.
So umpire says shepherding the ruck. Free kick, Jack Sandrick. So Sandrick, return to the club last year, kicks half forward flank. About 5 players in the contest. Falls to Matheson. Works a handball pretty well in traffic. Norton gets it to Hilda. Now they get an inside 50 here. They get it to half forward. North Hobart player tackled immediately.
Is that Norton gone forward there? Was it first
yeah,
inside
so
50?
there's a couple of players in the helmets there. It was Angus Norton. There's number 46 has got the helmet. That's Riley Wood and Angus Norton. So 2 helmeted players there for North Hobart, looking quite similar. And another one there in Bailey Walker, who can't get the kick away. Miller, late replacement, gets a kick away. That's a fine mark on the wing there to Sam Caswell. So Caswell has got the mark. Couple of kicks out from goal. Goes short, goes backwards to Hardy.
North Hobart leading inside 50s 4-3 early on, Dave.
Nathan Hardy, the smallest number on his back you've ever seen. Gets it 45 kick in defence. Now to Yates. Yates has an outlet player. We'll get to him over there, and that's William Cole. He kicks up the wing. Chance here for Connor Smith. He's bustled off it. Ball says the crowd over there. And it's going to be a free kick going to Connor Smith. Little handball to Sandrick. And then in turn now to Young. Bradley Young kicks to half forward. Punched away from the contest. Nice pick up, Leaf Hebber. Been pretty good in the first quarter. Up here towards Jackson. It might float too far. Downey umpire says it's out of bounds on the full. So relieving kick in the back pocket. As Wright gives it out to Taylor.
They'll come away. Taylor now from his defensive goal. Nice ball. Finds Polfreman. Defensive side of the wing. Has a runner over the top in Chilcott. Goes in that direction now. The ball sits. He'll be in business. Couldn't keep his feet. Kilpatrick arrives. Lovely one-handed take. Left foot kick is not too bad either, but just a little bit long there for his teammate in Wood. And taking the mark was Pearce there. He comes inside to Taylor. So Taylor towards centre half back. Runs away now and kicks across the ground to the outer side, and that's not too bad. Mark's taken on the chest there. That may be the returning player. Is it in Seymour?
Casey Brown.
Casey Brown it was, in fact. So Brown goes towards the attacking 50. At the fall of that ball was McKercher. Did very nicely. Fed Riley with a handball. Riley runs into goal. Kick is across the face, one behind. The umpire has paid a free kick here, though. He's pushed after he disposed of the football. So not that Dylan Riley needs more opportunities than he'll naturally generate this afternoon, but he'll get one here. So Riley will go back for a push after he kicked the ball, and they'll be disappointed again with that North Hobart.
There wasn't much in it, was there? Wasn't much in it.
Number of free kicks paid, I think, for sort of greasy conditions, Rob. Umpire's been pretty quick on the whistle so far this afternoon.
They certainly have.
5-3 the Blues way at the moment. The free kicks.
So Dylan Riley, he's kicked one already. He's the sole goal kicker here this afternoon at Windsor Park. And he'll go back and kick for his second. He's 30 metres out, slight angle, so he'll fancy himself from this position. At the top of his run now. Steady approach. Comes in, right foot kick on its way. This looks good. He has his second. Launceston have their second. And they're out to a little break here at Windsor Park. They lead 2 goals. North Hobart yet to score.
And that's the difference, isn't it, guys, between the two sides? Launceston get it in their 50. There's multiple options. They look dangerous. North Hobart get it inside their 50, and it's like, who's going to score?
Yeah, you were saying pre-game, Barts, they've lost a few of their key goal kickers this year, North Hobart, for this game.
Yes, and you can't.
Guy Menzies, for example.
The quality that Launceston have there is hard to replicate, but we've seen that they've been very competitive up the ground, creating opportunities in their forward line, but the Launceston back line have been good as well, Rob.
Been very good. They've been great all year. Jamison House particularly. Alec Wright, throw a blanket over him.
Restart play here, Leadham up high, won it down. Polfreman couldn't come away with the football. Holt was there as well. Hardy wraps up Polfreman in a tackle. Umpire says we'll do it again. Ball is still in the centre circle. Thrown up on this occasion. Leadham again with the height advantage. Won it down. Polfreman ran on the football and fed a nice handball over the top to Smith. He couldn't take it on the first attempt, then elected to go off the ground. That was only as far as Matthewson. Millhouse now under pressure. Goes backward by hand. And they've got themselves in a little bit of bother here, North Hobart. Launceston have the football. Taylor inside to Denellen. Inside to Thorpe. Thorpe from 35 to the top of the square. Riley goes at the football now. Williams Jr. came out and did well. Socketed it towards the boundary line. He'll get the desired result, I think, in the end. No, there's a free kick maybe for going under the knees. Maybe going in there along the ground, the North Hobart player.
Philgate.
Kick to the top of the square now. Flying was Riley. Jackson did well to get back and got a desperate fist on the ball, set over the line.
Just heard from Tony on the boundary that light drizzle is starting to fall. You can probably see that from our position here on the balcony at Windsor Park. Boundary throw in right next to the point post. 2-1-13. Yet Launceston, North Hobart yet to score. Front position, Jackson almost takes the ball himself, works hard in there, the big fella. Riley gets through traffic, snaps on goal. Dylan Riley, 3 in the first quarter. He's on fire already. He kicked 10 earlier in the year against North Hobart, and now he's on his way here today. 3 goals in the first 15 minutes at Windsor Park. Dylan Riley And gee, he got more space than he's probably entitled to there, Rob.
Yeah, he did. And, again, we named it up before the game what a dangerous player he is. So with Riley, you don't need to give him much space. You don't need to give him much of an opportunity. He's a great athlete. So, they've really got to do something about there, not only to negate the supply, but also to negate Riley.
Oh, classy play there, wasn't it, Rob? Greasy conditions, as we've just heard. We've started to see a little bit of drizzle. The grass is certainly not dry by any means. Players were struggling to pick up the football. He took it one bite, right foot goal.
He did, and that's what great players do, don't they? Keep their feet, make the most of the opportunity.
Play to restart. Bailey Walker into the ruck now for North Hobart. Holt had his hands on the ball, couldn't take it. Going back in, there was Walker, and he got it away to a teammate. North Hobart will go forward from the centre square, but coming up and taking the mark is right. He's had an impressive start to this game. Took the mark in front of Hardy, diving on hands and knees. Has a spare man over the top in Holt. He goes by hand now, and Launceston streamed through the centre square. Spearing ball looking for Riley. Couldn't take it on the half volley. Williams got a handball over the top. Now the ball's in dispute. Thorpe will get on the end of this. He's 50 out. Little left foot ball around the corner, looking for Seymour back in the team today. Took it nicely, Seymour. Wheels onto the right. Goes over his shoulder. Blackberry couldn't quite get there. This ball was still in play for a moment, but now it goes out in front of Jay Blackberry. 20 metres around from the behind post. Launceston into attack again. Looking dangerous now, Launceston, after North Hobart got a good start, but Launceston doing all the attacking in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Leadham's been dominant in hit-outs. Going off the ground, there was Walker, but to a dangerous spot, 40 out. Denellen has the ball now. He's tackled, got a quick kick away. Doing well. Back there is Sandrick. His handball was smothered again. This is a hot football. Comes out now. No one's still able to take the ball. Another smother. Who's going to emerge from this pack? Launceston. Smith goes in. He's taken down the tackle. Ball going nowhere. Umpire letting it go. He says no. I'll have it now, finally, after a couple of minutes of the football in dispute. 30 metres out from the Launceston goal, directly in front.
It's a pity we got this drizzle because it was a good open flying game early, but just since that drizzle's arrived,
just enough to make a slippery ball, Dave.
Blood rule, Hugh Williams Senior, the number 1. Looks like he's off the ground. Thorpe also having a spell. So we're about 25 metres out from the Blues goal. They lead 19-0. Hope you're enjoying the action here on City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5, and via the live stream this afternoon. So just wait till the players exit the ground. Brennan Taylor on for Launceston.
Jackson hasn't been up in the ruck a lot, Dave. Spending a bit more time forward.
Bailey Walker and Jake Smith in the ruck there. It's unusual. Chance. Seymour. High tackle. He'll take a free kick about 20 out, slide angle. Umpire was right adjacent to that. Just, North Hobart player just got Seymour a little bit high. So back in the side after a long injury hiatus. It's one of those key players who've got to come back into the team. Of course, no Hines or Music here today, and no Harper. Fletcher Seymour. His return to senior footy in the TSL. Skips in. Right foot. May have missed. He has to the right. One behind. Launceston 3-2-20. North Hobart yet to score. They probably could have had 5 goals on the board by now, Rob.
They could have done.
Just a couple of easy ones.
You just can't give them free kicks. I mean, we've talked about how dangerous their forward line are. You just can't do silly things like that.
So Trent Millhouse picking out from fullback. Nice long kick into the centre square. Oh, big fly by Leadham. Gets the punch away. Now a chance here from Bingham. His handball, he heard the call, but couldn't find Leifeber. Blackberry. He handballs forward to the contest towards Hardy, who meets Holt. And too high there. Hardy is a bit bemused by that. Free kick off to Blackberry. Up here towards Denellen, but nice mark in front there to Finlay Pope.
Lovely mark in defence. Critical. They could ill afford to give away another one here, North Hobart, if they're to stay in this contest. Williams Jr. goes wide, and they'll clear away through Cole, but his kick didn't go far enough. Launceston back inside 50 now. Denellen to try and get there. Williams goes with a double-fisted punch instead of the mark over the line. Boundary throw in 15 metres around from the Launceston goal.
Always intrigues me, the double-fisted punch. If you can get 2 hands on it, you probably should mark it.
He almost actually took the mark from the ricochet.
Probably he did think. I think he thought he was under more pressure than he probably was in the end. But Couldn't blame him. Launceston doing all the attacking in the last 5 minutes. Riley dangerous again here at the top of the square. Couldn't take it. Denellen going through. Dropped the ball down. Umpire said play on. Blackburn in there once more. Bingham tries to come away. Boundary line will win out. It's out on the full. I think Braden Pitcher, the offending player there. North Hobart will come away. Tough to find a clear opponent here, though. One-on-ones pretty well all across the ground, and every player in the attacking half of the ground for Launceston at the moment. Nice mark, right. He's been excellent to start this game. He's been very hard to penetrate. He's done a terrific job. This ball goes inside, and Riley comes up and takes the mark. Good hands. He's doing it all at the moment, Dylan Riley, and he'll go back and kick for his 4th major of the first quarter.
Good mark in wet conditions.
Great mark. He can do anything, this guy, as we know. He's just such a valuable player. Has been for a while and continues to be for the Blues.
So this will be his second attempt from around the body. He plays on now and goes for the right foot kick around the body, and he's just snuck it in. The umpire works hard, but he said no, he's done enough. So Riley has his 4th indeed, and Launceston have their 4th. So they're leading it at the moment 4-2-26. North Hobart, despite some positive signs, yet to score.
Dylan Riley probably 4-1-25, North Hobart 0-0-0, Barch, I reckon.
I'm just having a look at my scoring sheet here, Rob, and I'm going to have to tighten up my goals because I've used up my whole square nearly in the first quarter for Dylan Riley.
No, I'm the same. I'm going to have to use the back of mine as well.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. You listen to City Park Radio's coverage here of Launceston versus North Hobart with myself, Dave Moore, Luke Rabarchik, Rob Soward. On stats, it's Dave Gruber, and the stats tell me that Launceston have 9 inside 50s to 5
Hit
so
outs,
far.
Dave.
Hit out so far, 10 to Launceston, 2 to North Hobart.
Yeah, and Jackson into the ruck to restart.
As from the restart, it's Leadham gets a little kick towards half forward towards Seymour. At his bootlaces, can't take it. Connor Smith, nice handball to Sandrick. Sandrick kicks it half forward. Leaf Heber, front position. Punched away by Bowen Pierce. A lot of players around the contest. Angus Norton goes in hard. Spills now out here towards Chilcott. Hands it to Blackberry. He kicks to half forward. North Hobart have the numbers with O'Donnell now. Kicks it out of mid-air up here towards Thorpe, who's back on with a bit of a bandage after going off with the blood rule. The Cuppa kicks out from goal. He goes short here towards Riley. Takes another mark and will line up for number 5 from right in front of the can bar at Windsor Park.
A lot of space in that forward line. I don't envy the North Hobart defender on that occasion, Dave.
Well, get out the record books here today, folks, because he is putting on a clinic. Is Dylan Riley. He's going to go around the corner again. He's a bit further out this time. Tight on the boundary. Here he goes, Dylan Riley for number 5. You betcha. 5 goals. Dylan Riley in the first quarter at Windsor Park. 5 goals to Launceston. They're 5-2-32. North Hobart yet to score. We're running out of superlatives yet. Rob Soward.
Well, I reckon North Hobart will be hoping it's like junior footy here, guys, where all of a sudden they'll put Dylan Riley to full back or something at quarter time. He's just had his own ball up there at the moment, and again, we've talked about how capable their forward line is, but to say North Hobart have got to do something is probably the understatement of the day. They've got a very well balanced forward line. They can't stop the supply coming in, so they've certainly got to be tighter on Riley.
And they're probably just North Hobart going into attack, probably just struggling for a bit of size. They've been outmarked a few times. They've been very good in the Launceston defence. Play restarts here. Jackson's been moved into the ruck now. Leadham's done very well to dominate the hit out so far, 10-2. Jackson, with strength, got a two-handed hit out. Bingham, no, it was Millhouse ended up with the football, in fact. They hurry a kick inside forward 50 again, North Hobart, but again it's a shallow entry to the 50. Leaf Heber applies a good tackle, and he's been rewarded. So he'll have a kick here 50 metres out. Plays on immediately, onto the right boot. High, into the pocket. Hardy the target, wrestling. Couldn't take the mark. Comes to ground now. Norton was there at the fall of the ball. He receives the handball. They might run out of room here, but they're still going, the Demons. And the umpire's paid a throw, unfortunately, and that will go to Launceston. They'll have the free kick in the back pocket.
Jamison House, Barch. Long way away down there.
Long way away, and rain just getting a touch heavier maybe, Dave, as we speak. So House comes away, long kick to the outer wing. Leadham tapped it on intelligently. Taylor there, ran on the football, went off the ground as well. All of a sudden it's to half forward. Thorpe comes up, takes the football, went towards the line. We have to get a stoppage here, Mitch Thorpe. And they've done very well there, really, with one kick from the back pocket. They've got to 60 metres out from goal on the opposite forward flank. Intelligent play from Mitch Thorpe.
Boundary throw in right in front of the Brew Coffee Hut. Always a good supporter of City Park Radio. Well, they are of me anyway. That's important.
Another bite rule, I think, here, Dave.
Yes. Thorpe might be again, is it? They've tried to patch him up there. So he's wandering off now as Mitch Thorpe. I'll get a readjustment to that strapping. A couple of umbrellas up over there. You can see those watching the stream.
Clouds just starting to clear, maybe, so hopefully we might get some clean play.
It's going to be one of those days, on and off. Drizzle. Jackson nearly took it. Now he gets it. Now to Sandrick. He kicks. Ball goes up and down nearly on the spot. It's at half forward. Trying to turn out there was Taylor. North Hobart player tackled from behind by Holt. Ugly footy. Ball emerges now. McKercher gets a little kick away. Off to the races now. Leadham showing good pace, the big fella. Inside out, kick off the ground. Chance there for Mathewson. Couldn't get it away. Now Pitcher. Now Palfreyman. Gets clear. Handball to Danellan. Over the top, Seymour. Palfreyman again. Pushing the back, you find. Yep. He didn't have possession of the ball. Kilpatrick got right into his back, and he's only 10 metres out, slide angle.
Just under constant pressure, the North Hobart defenders, and as a result, they've probably given away 2 or 3 free kicks.
And a 50.
Inside.
And a 50 metre now. Not sure what the follow-up was there. Maybe something said. But Paul Freeman right in front. He's going to break the run of goals from Dylan Riley.
Let's be careful there, Riley doesn't give the football back.
So Paul Freeman, man of the mark, on the goal line. Certain 6 goal here for Launceston. Puts it straight through. Launceston 6-2-38. North Hobart yet to score. So right on top now the Blues, Rob.
Yeah, they are, Dave. And again, I've talked about the discipline of North Hobart inside that 50. Of course, they're under a lot of pressure, and when sides are under pressure, they make mistakes. But it's unforgivable when you're down by 30 points in the first quarter. You just can't give away. And that was a pretty soft free kick, really. I mean, Palfreyman certainly wasn't going to kick the goal from there at that stage, so turned it into a certain goal.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration. I think they've all been there, Rob, but they haven't been obvious free kicks, but I think a bit of frustration. But Launceston creating those chances, and they've started to finish off in the last 5 or 10 minutes, putting a bit of a gap on the scoreboard. Play restarts now. Back into the ruck is Walker. So they're trying a few options in there, the Demons. Blackberry got a little kick off the ground towards Taylor. He came up to meet the ball, couldn't take it with him. Sandrick goes in now. He's wrapped up immediately. We'll have a secondary stoppage 10 metres away from the centre circles. Launceston into attack. Getting late in this first quarter now.
Score from Skybus Oval, Barch. North Launceston 5-1-31. Lauderdale yet to score, so very similar scoreline.
2 Launceston clubs doing well this Saturday afternoon. Queen's birthday weekend. Holt got a little one. Ledham did well for a big man. Picked the ball up off his boots. He was tackled. Umpire said no prior opportunity. Been a contentious rule in recent times. Came out the way there of Cole. He fed a handball out wide. Unable to take it cleanly. They get it back to Cole now, and he'll go again off the right foot. Down towards half forward. Coming up, there was a Leaf Pepper. He's been busy. Been getting himself to the right spot, but unable to complete the mark. And as a result, Launceston come away through right. He's been a dominant player down back early. Denellan, he was hit high, had his head over the ball. Could have been dangerous in the end. I don't think there's any malice in it, but Denellan was making the play, and he'll be rewarded with the free kick, 60 metres out.
I think young Bradley Young here might begin a bit of strife, Barch. I don't know if the umpires are reached for the book yet.
Josh Woolley as well, just limping off too, Dave.
All right, okay, thanks. Yeah, he is too, in a bad way there. We'll get Rob onto that one straight away. Sorry, not Rob. Tony onto that one straight away.
Rob was already onto it, Dave.
He was, that's right. He's the first one onto it.
Reading it like a book. So Thorpe's got the football here. Denellan, I think, has gone off, and Thorpe's taking the kick. He goes short, and a pretty easy mark. And I think that's Seymour. And it might be Brown. Goes to Thorpe, runs around from 50. Thorpe on the run. Going to get there. Oh, it just touched or might have hit the post. One behind will be the result. That was Williams Senior there getting back to do the work on the last line defence, saving the day. And he'll bring the ball back into play now, Williams Senior. Has Jackson on the broadcast side. Goes in that direction, but it's a little bit longer. And in the end, favoured Tuthill. Couldn't complete the mark. Fired up. Came to Chilk, I think that was. He goes inside forward 50. That's a nice mark taken by Blackberry in the hands with a greasy football. 30 metres out. He was opposed to Millhouse, probably outsized fractionally Blackberry, but took a nice mark in front, and he'll go back and kick for goal from 30 metres. So this to shoot for their 7th of the afternoon, the opening quarter, Launceston. 5 of those, of course, to Riley, who kicked the first 5 of the afternoon. Blackberries, we approach quarter time. Comes in now. Left foot kick. Looks like it's going to be across the face. I think works back, but not enough. One behind it, but fractionally inaccurate. They could have made the most of a couple more of these shots so far this afternoon, Dave. And it'll be Millhouse to restart play.
Trent Millhouse just drying the ball off. Couple of big clearances already from Millhouse from that full-back. He's going the long route again. Into the centre square, but Leadham takes a strong mark. Enjoying him back in the senior side, Hamish Leadham. Kicks inside 50, not a bad kick. Can't find the target in Riley, although he's smart now. Like a cat, he pounces on the ball. Handball smothered. Hugh Williams Jr. just punts it out, but it's going to come back again through Jack Tuddill. Tuddill plays on, crowded forward 50, trying to find some space. Riley rises high. Good mark back there to Jackson.
Been good since going into the ruck, I think, Dave. He's competed hard in the hit-outs and taken a couple of marks back there.
Goes short to Angus Norton. As the quarter-time siren sounds here at Windsor Park. And it's a bit of a sorry scoreline at the moment for North Hobart. It doesn't seem to be any sort of breeze advantage that we could see. 6-4-40 Launceston. North Hobart yet to score. And the goal kickers, Butch, are fairly straightforward.
Not a lot of work to do for the scorers there. Dylan Riley, he's dominated with the first 5 goals of the afternoon, and then Polfreman kicked that one courtesy of a free kick and then a 50-metre penalty.
Rob, we saw North Hobart match it for the first 5 minutes or so. Had a few forward 50 entries, but after that early flurry, really Launceston took control of the contest.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Launceston did what great sides do. You know, they seized their opportunities. On the flip side of that, though, Dave, North Hobart made some silly mistakes. As Barch said, there were some free kicks that, you know, were sort of 50-50, but went Launceston's way. But you make your own luck. They've had their head over their footy, very keen with their intent. And, again, the North Hobart defence just couldn't handle that pressure. And obviously the clinic from Dylan Riley certainly hasn't helped North Hobart's cause with trying to stem the tide.
Get down to Tony quickly with some reports on some injuries there.
Yeah, Josh Woolley came off. As you said, he hobbled off. Just been sort of a twisted knee, happened during a tackle type thing. He felt really bad at the time, but he says he's fine now. He's just going to walk it out and he'll be back on. Jake McMillan just took a bit of a head knock and they brought him off just to check him out. But he's fine, so he'll probably be straight back on, I reckon.
Cheers, Tony. We'll get you to have a listen to the huddles and we'll come back to you just before the resumption of play. We might do the team stats quickly before our break. The hit-outs to quarter time, Launceston 12 to North Hobart 6. Clearance is pretty even around the contest. At the moment it's 7 apiece, Launceston and North Hobart. Inside 50s, 15 entries for Launceston to 6 to North Hobart. 5 inside 50 marks to the Blues, none as yet to North Hobart. And the free kicks, 11 to the Blues, 5 to the Demons. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio. When we'll come back, we'll review the first quarter and get ready for the second stanza of play here.
L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Whether it's cooking, hot water or heating, L-Gas has got you covered. For $80 in LPG account credits, visit the website lgas.com.au, download the L-Gas app or give us a call on 131 161. L-Gas. Local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
It's not all about books, you know. There's fashion clothes for the fuller figure, oodles of toys and DVDs. At Booked Again, 5A David Street in Newstead, next to the news agency. They also have a huge range of new and old books, so pop in and receive some great discounts on Susie's books. Don't forget, as well as books, there's clothes for the fuller figure, toys and DVDs. Susie has it all. Give yourself plenty of time to have a good look around. It's an amazing shop. Booked Again, 5A David Street, Newstead, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Community Care Tasmania is your local, not-for-profit home care service provider in Tasmania. We deliver a full range of home care services with care and empathy. Our friendly, professional and innovative staff will tailor care to your needs. Ring 6334 0990 or 1300 722 400 and speak to a local. Also, you can visit cct.org.au to find out more. At Community Care Tasmania, we put your care first. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by L-Gas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. L-Gas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park, City Park Radio's coverage of TSL footy on this June long weekend. At quarter time here, it's Launceston 6-4-40. North Hobart yet to score, and of course the big highlight there was Dylan Riley kicking 5 goals in the first quarter. Thanks to the stats guys from North Hobart, Darren Lovell and Damien Donnelly. They're right next to us here, so they've given us some individual stats. And the chief possession winner, surprise, surprise, is Dylan Riley with 9 possessions in the first quarter. So not bad from a full forward to get 9 possessions.
So he would have had 6 or 7 shots on goal, Dave.
Blackberry in his record-breaking game, or record equaling game, 7 possessions. Mitch Thorpe, 7. And that's good for Mitch. He's as a key forward. Once again, he's getting a lot of the ball. Casey Brown, very good quarter, 7. Holt with 6. Seymour with 6 and Dunellan with 6. So
Wright, very good, I thought, as well, from off half-back.
The 5 possessions, 2 intercept marks back there has been significant. So, very even performance so far from the Blues, but, of course, the standout is Dylan Riley. Rob, what do the North Hobart Demons have to do to try and arrest this? Of course, we always wait till half-time. We don't think there's any breeze, but let's see what the Demons can do to this northern end of the ground.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to give North Hobart 2 options, Dave. I guess one thing they could do is pray for rain and hope that we get sort of 3 inches of rain this afternoon. But in all seriousness, they've got to start doing things like we just saw as Barch called just before quarter time. Nick Jackson dropped back into the defensive 50 and took a mark. They've got to start doing some things like that. Interestingly, as you pointed out, the clearances were even. So controlling the ball around the middle and denying Riley opportunities is the obvious one. But again, dropping someone back, creating that extra defender certainly has to happen to stem the bleeding.
Because their on-balls have been reasonably good. I look at Sandrick, Angus Norton, certainly Kilpatrick had a fair bit of early on. So around the contest they're getting it, but as you said, Bart, they're breaking down at half forward, aren't they?
Probably the thing that stood out to me watching it, Dave, was they're just a little bit maybe undersized in the forward line. Leafheb has got to the right spots. They've created opportunities sort of 40, 50 metres out from goal, but the Launceston defence has been just a little bit too good and maybe outsizing them a touch.
And look, we've mentioned it, and we have to state it, that they've lost 8 players from last week. Tassie Devils played today. The likes of Jai Menzie, for example, who's a North Hobart player, amongst a number of others. It's hard to have that number of players coming in and out of your best team.
It is, and I think the key point too, we've called Alec Wright a lot this year. He's been terrific back there. The fact that they've not taken a mark, North Hobart have not taken a mark inside their forward 50, huge credit to Launceston's defence, and I think Barch nailed it. They really are undersized. When you've got running defenders like an Alec Wright who's nearly 6'3", that's a key point.
And Josh Woolley's back on the ground too, by the way, boys. So that's just copped a knock, I'd say. But he's looking to be moving pretty well. So that's a bit of a bonus for the Blues.
But I think for North Hobart supporters, compared to when we saw them play North Launceston 6 weeks or so ago up here, I think a much more positive quarter. They're attacking. They did take the game on and very competitive for the first half of that quarter.
That's all you can do. Yep. You can't go defensive. You've got to try and score yourself. Second quarter action here at Windsor Park. Here's Luke Grabarczyk.
Jackson to start in the ruck for the Demons up against Leedham. Won it nicely to Smith. Smith, quick kick forward towards Pitcher. Couldn't take it, comes over the back. Taylor onto the crumb. He also got a hurried kick around the corner. Inside 50 now. Blackberry runs on the football. Straightens from the pocket. Blackberry to an open square. Getting back is Williams Senior. Takes the mark on the last line defence. He comes away now to Kilpatrick, who was very busy early on in that first quarter. Just couldn't quite get there, Kilpatrick. He'll be disappointed with that. But they get away from their defensive goal. Ball to be thrown in 70 metres out from the Launceston goal early going second quarter. Kilpatrick was very impressive early on, then just maybe dropped away a little bit like the rest of the team in that first term. Here comes Jackson. He's in front and been good since going into the ruck. Competed well. Leedham's been good at ground level as well, though, Dave, but follows it out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds, right on the paint of 50. Blues in attack early on. In the first foray forward. We'll pick up any positional changes here. Nathan Hardy still playing forward. Boundary throw in. The volleyball there as Jackson knocks it to advantage of Norton. Handball to a team under pressure. Caswell, who does well. Kicks in the centre. Mark should have been taken by Hilda. Has a chance to atone. Handball, no one in particular. Taken there by Casey Brown, who slings a kick inside 50. Nearly a good mark, though. At the fall of the ball, it's all the Blues. Dunellan off the ground, misses to the left. So the first score of the second quarter, 6-5-41. North Hobart yet to score. So out we come now from fullback. Out the wing here, looking for Kilpatrick. Uses his body well, gets some free space. On the left, kicks towards half forward. And a nice mark by Tartiel over the back there of Riley Higgins. Couple of debutants today. Riley Higgins and Riley Wood for the North Hobart Demons. Kick to the centre of the ground. Nice mark in his bootlaces by Taylor, who will launch another attack here for the Blues.
Taylor has it inside the centre square. Goes to half forward. Leading though to the ball was Williams. Couldn't take a chest mark in the end. Was spoiled by Denellen. Now it comes out the way. I think that might be McKercher over there. McKercher goes back to a teammate and they hurried inside forward 50 here, the Blues. But Jackson, who's getting back in the hole, takes the mark on his chest. Goes short, has Millhouse. He's directly out from his defensive goal on the 50. Goes now to Caswell. Runs away. Little kick. Up to Leafheber. Took it well. Gave it back to Caswell. Not bad here from the Demons. Just not quite attacking the ball in the end there was Norton. That let the Launceston defence in and they find it coming away through Smith. Gave a handball over the top. Messy football here. Leadham has it. Goes to Hodge. He's tackled. Good tackle in the end there. That was from Hilda and he's rewarded with a free kick on the outer wing. So some promising signs from the Demons. Couple of mistakes, but they're keeping in the contest in this quarter just through a little bit of effort. They go back and forward now. Kilpatrick, he's had 4 or 5 touches to start the second quarter, similar fashion the first. That kick is ill-directed. Spilling a chest mark was House. Goes back and gets it at the ground, but it's coughed it up. They'll go inside. Here's an opportunity for the Demons. Taking a diving mark is Leafheber, 30 out, and he'll go back and kick for their first of the afternoon. Costly error in the end from House, allowed them in. Good ball. Got Leafheber 30 metres out from goal.
Certainly much better from North Hobart there, wasn't it? Their endeavour was great and they picked their way through it, capitalised on House's mistake. So hopefully Leafheber can get them on the board.
They deserve this goal. I don't think the 40-0 first quarter scoreline was quite reflective of what we saw. So Leafheber comes in now. Kick on its way. Looks all right from Leafheber. He's got his first. Demons on the board. 7th goal to the northern end of the ground. So they trim the margin from quarter time. So it becomes 6-4-40, playing one straight 6.
And as we talked about at quarter time, guys, important there on the last Launceston foray forward that we had Jackson take that telling mark in defence. The ball got worked out and ended up at the other end and resulted in a score. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't stick with that for the rest of the day and hopefully cut off Riley and his influence.
It looks like they're trying to get 2 Jacksons, I think, Rob. They've got Jackson spending a bit of time for, then throwing him in the ruck. I think they could do 2 Jacksons, but they've only got 1.
Action Jackson in the centre of Windsor Park. Lead him up against Bailey Walker. Lead him wins the tap. Walker, though, does well. He takes the ball under himself, though. Could be dangerous. Umpire says ball up. Bailey Walker, of course, he got that assist there. He got the kick to Leafheber to set up that last goal. Back in the middle. A lot of players around the contest. Blackberry, as he always does, gets the kick out of that congestion. Pitcher off the ground to a lot of space there at right half forward. Runners required. Riley gets there first, pursued by Hugh Williams Jr. And he held on to Riley, says the umpire. So Riley might fancy himself here. He's about 40, 45 out. On the right-hand side, kicking to the town end.
Another one of those free kicks that maybe was there, maybe not. Paid it.
So good battle so far with Hugh Williams Jr. and Riley. Riley, of course, on top with 5 goals. But they haven't made a switch there. Experienced Hugh Williams Jr., the skipper of the team, remaining on Riley. Dylan Riley for goal number 6. Delivers. Umpire works too far to the left. 1 behind. 6-6-42 Launceston. North Hobart 1 goal straight 6. Quick play on from fullback. And Jackson will take a mark at half-back.
Takes it on the defensive 50, Jackson from the kick-in. He goes short. That's dangerous. Getting in the way there was Blackberry. 60 out, spearing ball now, looking for and finding Smith. I think that is hitting up at the football. He's taken the mark 30 metres outside angle and will go back and kick for his first goal of the afternoon. They've turned it over. They've tried to bring the ball into the corridor a couple of times, Rob, and they've turned it over, and that's been costly.
Yeah, you've been reading my mind there, Barch. That was the second time in this quarter that's happened, and a dry day, you might be able to get away with that. It's a bit skiddy, a bit slippery, and Launceston could make them pay for that error, that's for sure.
So Jake Smith to come in, kicking for the Blues first of this second term. Probably 35 metres out when he kicks the football. Just across the face in the end, though, and they've missed again. So been a little bit inaccurate, the Blues, this afternoon. and extend that margin by the 1 point. So they're now at 6-7-43. So they'll be disappointed with that. Probably one of the few aspects of the game they will be disappointed with to date, the Blues. Williams, senior that is, comes away, goes towards the boundary on the outer side. Won't be touched. That'll be a free kick.
Might be a breeze at Lauderdale, Barch, because into the second quarter now, it's North Launceston 5-5-35, Lauderdale 3-1-19.
Right, I came from north of Hobart today, Foz, and the conditions were pretty average down there, so not sure what we might be seeing down there. But let's hope that contest like this one can even up a little bit. That's what we're seeing in the second quarter to date. Demons with the only goal so far. Umpire will pick out another free kick, and that will go the way of Launceston.
Yep, so Alec Wright with those distinctive pick boots. Big first quarter, 5 possessions, couple of marks. He's 60 out. A lot of players inside attacking 50. He centres it to the hot spot. Oh, mark dropped there by Jackson. Recovers though the big fella. Hoists it out, defensive 50. Front position, Bailey Walker couldn't take it. Norton tackled. But he might have got a high tackle, he has. So it'll come back to Angus Norton. Just inside his defensive 50. A lot of leads on offer. Decides to go backwards. Switches it to Hugh Williams Jr. Now to Millhouse. He's a fair way up from his defensive position. Trent Millhouse kicks towards half forward. Over the back, Lee Feber. The front centre, though, was Hodge. Releasing handball to Holt. Round the corner with the left foot to the wing. From behind came Finlay Poke with a spoil. Picked up by Seymour. Tackled immediately. Let's look at some stats here for Dave Gruber. Inside 50 so far this quarter, 6-1. The Blues way. So North Hobart scoring a goal from that one entry. Clearances, only been a few centre clearances so far. 2-1 the Blues way. In the centre of the ground, wrestle for possession. Philgate tries to move it out of the scrimmage. Taken now there by Coburn. Up to half forward, marked by Hilda. Handball straight away. Hilda now under pressure. Maybe he could have just held things up a little bit there. I know they're trying to play on at all costs, but he put his teammate under pressure. Now it's a 50-50 ball. Player held without it was Tyson Miller. Free kick at half-back.
Miller did well to make sure the umpire saw that one again. So he has it. Defensive side of the centre circles. Goes wide to Tuthill. He was running from half-back. Just dropped the football at the critical moment. Comes back now to McKercher. He's got some work to do. Pursued, but he gets away. Goes with a hand back over the top to Tuthill. His handball intercepted inside the boundary line. Ball is over. Centre wing out of side. Ball will be thrown back in. Tight contest so far in the second quarter, Rob.
Yeah, look, North Hobart have certainly come out and started with some good intent, but they've just got to minimise their mistakes. That's for sure.
They've been hurt, and Launceston a good quality side. They can't afford to make too many errors. Here's Blackberry onto the loose football, half forward flank. Might have got a little push in the back inside the line. Umpire said no, throw it in. So we're probably now 80, 90 metres around from the Launceston goal.
We didn't get down to Tony at quarter time. So, Tony, what do you got from the huddles?
All right, well, just from the Launceston huddles, Mitch Thorpe was fairly pleased with the way things have gone. He said they only had a fair start and they had a few gears they could go up. He said they were behind on the clearances by about -4, so he wants to pick up on that. He also wants his mids to apply more pressure similar to what the forwards were doing. He's very pleased with that. Said there are a lot of gaps going forward, and he wants 50 tackles up by half-time.
Okay, so Mitch Thorpe there asking for a little bit more effort despite their big lead there at quarter time. So we've got the ball now on the wing. Little kick forward. Chance for North Hobart to get their second entry of the term. Here they go now. Bailey Walker up towards Leif Heber, the goal kicker. He can't pick it up, neither can Jamison House. Gee, Leif Heber went in hard there on House. Not penalised. Players now in a rugby maul. It'll be a ball up. But the second inside 50 this quarter for the North Hobart Demons. They've stemmed the bleeding somewhat this quarter. Been playing over 10 minutes, and Launceston haven't added to their goal tally from quarter time. Sandrick coughs it up though, gets it to Chilcott. Coming through is Finlay Poke. Torpedo inside 50, all the Blues. Almost a mark to Paul Freeman. Leif Heber did well to make it a contest.
Might have got a free
and
kick.
In fact, he got a free kick to Thomas Leif Heber.
Played that well, Leif Heber, didn't he?
Yep.
Had eyes for the footy, though.
Yeah, he's getting the right spots too. I've been pretty impressed.
Yeah,
Only, I think, 19 years of age, something like that. And as a forward, getting the right spots. And as you say, Rob, eyes on the footy.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got a good defender in Josh Woolley playing on him as well. So, at the moment, he'd be in amongst North Hobart's very best players, I'd say, Barch.
So 45-degree angle. Will deliver from about 45. It's a tough shot. Takes a deep breath. There's Thomas Leif Heber. This for the Demons second. In he comes. Low kick, won't get the distance. Into the goal square, punch through. First behind of the day to North Hobart. They go to 1-1-7. They trail Launceston 6-7-43. Here's Luke Rabarchik for City Park Radio Sport.
Launceston defence doing a bit of work this quarter so far. Bring the ball back in. Is that man in right who's been good. Goes to the outer side. Ball is spoiled over the boundary line. 60 metres out from the Launceston defensive goal.
I think one thing that we've got to see, guys, North Hobart have got to keep that ball moving at all costs. Those little in-close handballs, do away with them. Just keep it moving, even if it's off the ground with your boot.
Territory game, Rob.
Absolutely.
Probably very sound advice. Ball's thrown back in here. Getting the football was Taylor. Now he goes to ground and he'll be wrapped up. And as a result, we'll have another stoppage. 50 metres out from the Demons' goal. Doing a little bit of attacking in this second quarter and would be winning the quarter so far, 3 points to 7. So just the 3 behinds for Launceston this quarter. Coming away from the stoppage was Blackberry. Fumbled at the critical moment. Now they go by hand to Holt, and he's got a paddock inside the centre square. Holt, nice kick to Polframan. Takes it in the hands. Edge of the centre square. Polframan looks forward now. Riley's down there. Getting back to Nellen, the top of the square. Goes right across the ground to that pocket, looking forward to Nellen. Couldn't take the chest mark. Millhouse came with a critical spoil. Ball in dispute. Jackson, I think it is, getting back there. Works it back in the direction of Millhouse. He'll be bundled over the boundary line. So holding up well, 30 metres out from the Launceston goal. Still yet to kick a major this quarter.
Boundary throw in, 20 metres around. Not a bad crowd in here today for this long weekend game. Cars ringing the oval. So one of the few games played locally here today in northern Tasmania. Little kick out of the contest. Free kick back on play. As the umpire see this one. It's going to go the Blues' way.
Think so, Dave.
Yep.
Holding, I think it was. I think it's what he called.
Jack Donnellan's got the ball. And he's only about 30 out, 45-degree angle. Walking back slowly. So Jack Donnellan went for a brief time pre-season to Old Launcestonians, but decided his heart was with the Blues and made his way back to Windsor Park. Now he's playing senior footy. Takes his full measure of time. This for their first goal of the second quarter. And we're almost 15 minutes in. Jack Donnellan, not a bad contact made there with the ball, and he makes another goal for Launceston. That's 7-7-49 to 1-1-7. Jack Donnellan, his first for the day.
One of the great things that Donnellan brings this side, I think, and I talked about Launceston's forward line before, they're just a nightmare to defend against because they've got very good tools. You've got a guy like Donnellan who's, a 6'1" player in the old money but plays bigger, but also good on the ground. And then you've got other guys like Riley, as we know, plays taller. Pitcher who goes through there, who's kicked a few goals for them this year. Some of their mids. So, he just gives them another dimension to Donnellan.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's been impressive this afternoon, Rob. And as you say, some very difficult matchups. The opposition coaching staff would have some headaches coming into a game against Launceston thinking about their forwards, that's for sure. Plays restarted. McKercher has the ball. Gives a little handball to Holt. He comes away from the scrimmage. Ball looking for Thorpe. He was spoilt. No free kick. Pitcher went around the body. The top of the square. Donnellan again. Over the back. Ball trickles into the behind post. Not sure whether that was touched on the way through or not. But the result is one behind. Going quickly now is Williams. Ran his full measure. Maybe then a little bit more Williams. Went again looking for Kilpatrick. Couldn't quite find him. Now as a result, the ball was out of bounds. 70 metres around from the goal. Probably ran 30, I reckon, there, Rob.
I wouldn't mind buying real estate off him, that's for sure, mate. He went the full measure and then some.
So they've had one go their way there, the Demons, maybe, inside defensive 50 from the umpire. Ball thrown in now. Leadham led Hardy to the ball comfortably. Smith gave a little handball to Taylor. Round the body to Thorpe on the chest. Playing in front, 35 metres out from goal. Mitch Thorpe, wet afternoon, textbook stuff in front, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's where Thorpe
goes now. Thorpe onto the right, round the body, class finish, Mitch Thorpe. That's his first of the afternoon. Launceston have 2 for the term. They extend the margin now. They have 8-8-56, leading North Hobart 1-1-7.
Yeah, I was just about to mention a class player, and then he played on and kicked that great goal, but playing in front on a wet day, I mean, it's common sense, and you're always going to come out in front. And, so it's just a great play from a great player.
Seen him a number of times over the years from that range. He loves to wheel around and do that shot on the run. And he's slotted quite a few there over the course of his career here at Windsor Park. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thanks to the support of Elgas as our major sponsor in season 2021. Back underway in the centre. So Launceston have steadied 88-56 to 117. 2 goals to 1 now in this second quarter. 17 minutes gone.
Hardy back in the ruck for the Demons, Dave.
Quick kick out by Caswell. Up towards half 40, towards Tuthill, leads in the race to the ball against Riley Higgins. Tuthill gets good distance up the wing. Who's going to get there first? It might be Seymour. He picks the ball up, gets himself some space. Back to Smith. Gridiron punt up towards half forward. And it was Thorpe. And the ball's over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Craig Martin, the president of North Hobart Footy Club, will join us at half time for a bit of a chat. And talk about how the club is faring here in 2021. With the guidance of Clinton French. Boundary throw in, Thorpe front position. Little kick out there, I think it was Jackson. Good mark again. Gee, Tuttill's been good today.
Yeah, he and Wright have been excellent, Dave.
Tuthill, low kick inside 50 to Blackberry. Couldn't quite take the mark. Handball over the top, looking for Holt. Was he taken without it? He was. Free kick to Grant Holt. 40 out, directly in front. Couple of silly free kicks, Rob, by the Demons in that defence this contest, really.
Yeah, and that, again, that relentless pressure, I guess that's what's going to happen, aren't you, when you're playing a good side? But you just can't give Launceston that. And Holt's been good. He's sort of played all over the ground for them this year, hasn't he?
Yep, he's been on the ball a bit today as well. Grant Holt, right in front. No excuse, kick this one. Kicks for goal as Grant Holt, and he snuck it in. No, he hasn't. It's just off to the left. So missing some opportunities, the Blues. 8-9-57, leading North Hobart 1-1-7. City Park Radio 103.7 at 96.5. Dave Gruber's stats. Inside 50s this quarter. 11 Launceston, North Hobart 3. Here's Luke Rabarchik.
Millhouse, as he has done on several occasions, goes long from the kick in. Played on, took a few metres and then bombed it. But it ends now. Running into goal. I think that's Taylor, is it? Taylor shoots on goal. And they've put it through here, the Blues. They've got another. So they extend the margin once again. They're up now to 9-9-63. North Hobart 1-1-7. That goal coming courtesy of Leif Hebert early this term.
It's almost like a replay of the first quarter, isn't it? Where North Hobart, for the first 5-7 minutes were just terrific. Great pressure, looking, threatening, going forward. But the class of Launceston, the cream comes to the top, doesn't it?
Progress score from Skybus Oval. Yep, certainly tightening up even more now. It's 5-5-35 North Launceston to Lauderdale 4-2-26. So I can see that neither team has scored at a particular end. So I'd say the Southerly is probably coming there at Lauderdale Oval and is having an influence on that game. So tight contest. North Launceston wouldn't want to drop that one because they're really fighting it out with Clarence for that second place at the moment.
Hardy and Leadham once again. Leadham got towards Blackberry. On the deck now. Pulfreman just fashioned the ball out towards Holt. He could have been taken high. The umpire said, yes, sorry, Jake Sandrick, you've infringed there. Holt, left foot ball. That'll be cut off. Taken there. That play there was Yates. Yates has it. He goes out towards Kilpatrick on the broadcast wing in front of our position. Dropped the simplest of chest marks in the end. Opened a pathway for Smith. Holt, he'll be pressured now. Able to get over the top to Miller. Miller towards half forward. Thorpe will come up at this football. Thorpe flies. Created the ball at the back. Pitcher to run onto it. He's got some space here. Picture if he can gather. Does that now. Round the body. Pitcher. Goal. A little bit too easy in the end there for the Blues. Thorpe crashed the pack. Got over the back. Pitcher ran onto it and finished off nicely, Rob.
Yeah, and for the viewers and obviously who saw that, but the listeners at home, started here with Jake Smith, and the pressure, the cleanness, the nice weighted handball to I'm just trying to think who he gave it to. Grant Holt. Beautiful weighted handball, and then things opened up beautifully for them. Great work from Mitch Thorpe in the contest. And again, highlighting the depth in those forwards. Braden Pitcher again bobs up and kicks a good goal.
Yeah, we try not to be critical. Poor old Callum Kilpatrick. He just dropped that mark there and the momentum was going their way. He's been a fantastic player today for the Demons, but just that error. And good sides punish you, don't they, Rob, in those sort of situations?
They certainly do. And with the depth they've got sitting across half-back with a guy like Jake Williams, every day of the week. So ball up in the centre of the ground. Out now towards Smith from the tap from Leadham. Kilpatrick lays the tackle on this occasion.
And he's been pretty good, Kilpatrick, too, Dave, we must
so I
say.
don't want to be critical, It's just the class of the Blues. They will punish those sort of mistakes when things are going your way.
It was right here in front of us. He actually spent it before he got it. He was looking to give it on.
Up to Jackson now, wins the tap. Off the ground, though, Smith, up towards half forward. Hugh Williams Sr. in a wrestle. Uses his body well, then scoops the handball out. McKercher with pace. Releasing handball to Wright, who's tackled. Manages to get a kick away just in time. Pitcher backtracks. Confronted by Yates. The 233s go out of bounds. Right half forward for the Blues. So North Hobart kicked the first at about the 4-minute mark of this quarter. But the Blues now have kicked 4 in 6 minutes to take back control of the game. 10-9, 69 to 1-1-7. Boundary throw in. Good ruck contest so far today. Leadham hasn't had it all his own way. Blackberry, low punt up towards the pocket. Riley been a bit quieter this quarter. Hugh Williams Jr. doing a good job, but gee, he's kicked 5 goals still, so he's had a big influence on this game.
And we see the danger too, Foz. You tighten up on Riley, but all of a sudden you've got Thorpe popping up. You know, you've got Pitcher onto that last one. Donnellan might have avenues to goal. Boundary
throw in. Right next to the right behind post. Blues into attack. Falls to the bottom of the contest. Tackle late on the North Hobart player. Boundary, the field umpire will ball it up. Umpire Casey Fellows. Some players calling out in the effects mic there. Taken by Jackson, who's been pretty good. His kick's not great. Miller almost took the mark. Now a chance. Left foot snap, falls short. A lot of players around the ball. Play on, says the umpire. It'll be a ball up, but see if you can clear it out of the congestion there.
Well, we can hope to relieve this football. They've been under pressure for the last couple of minutes here, the Demons. At the top of the square almost for the Blues. Ball up. Jackson down there working overtime in the ruck. Riley onto the football. Kick might have been partially smothered. Comes away now for the Demons. Caught behind was Leafhebber. Coming across in front of the pack. That was Wright. His handball, ineffective. Norton. Now it was Miller Hodge, in fact, for Launceston. He's applied a tackle and get a free kick. Umpire said Norton disposed of the ball incorrectly. So Miller Hodge, 70 metres out from goal. Thorpe presents up, ignores that option. Riley leads into the pocket. Goes there now looking for Riley. Might have been held by Williams. Umpire said no. Dove in front of his opponent, did Williams in the end, and fisted the ball over the line, 50 metres around from the Blues' goal. Late in this second term, 24 and a half minutes gone. Can the Blues get another 1 or 2 late?
As a rainbow starts to form over the high suburbs there of Riverside in the background.
Picture is Windsor Park, Dave.
Absolutely. As Jackson was tackled there. So not a lot happening at the moment, so we better highlight some of the natural phenomena that is happening around the ground.
Well, we should. So the conditions have improved. It's quite pleasant again.
They have indeed. Ball up. Jackson again. Shark by McKercher. Kicks across the half-forward line. Taken by Wright. Shrugs off his opponent. Alec Wright for goal. Oh, what a great goal that is by the backman. Alec Wright drifting up the ground. Won the contest against his opponent. Threw it on the boot from about 50. It bounced its way through the goals. That's 11 goals now to Launceston. 11-9-75 to 1-1-7. And he's been a bit of a swingman over the time, Alec Wright. Forward and back. He's played mostly back this year. But a fine goal there as he now comes back to his position in the back line. Rob.
A terrific piece of play from Alec Wright. But again, just reward for effort from their pressure. Another forward entry, The North Hobart defence just couldn't handle it. So great goal from Alec Wright. He'll probably put the acid on the coach at half-time to go forward, Dave, I'd say.
15 inside, 50-3 in this quarter. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Coming up at half-time, we're going to chat to Craig Martin. But for now, here's Luke Grabarczyk.
Hardy back in the ruck for the Demons. McKercher got the kick away. Out to the wing. Polfram was caught behind. Came through the spoil. Lead him off the ground. Donnellan comes up to meet the football. Had time to go back and get it on the deck, Donnellan. Umpire said he picked out a free kick there for a throw. I think an incorrect disposal. So it will go the way of Millhouse now. Where's he going to go, Millhouse? Not a lot on offer. Hilda presents. Goes towards Hardy. There'll be a contest here. Hardy from behind. Hilda got the crumb round the body, Danone in particular. Wright will come back onto the ball. Hitting up at it, though, is Walker. Ends up with House. Goes to Hodge. Hodge through the centre square. Kick. No one home, really. But unable to take the mark there was Kilpatrick. Falls to Taylor. He's immediately tackled. Polfram in there. Unable to take the ball. He was pressured by Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick lays the tackle, forces a stoppage 60 metres out from the Blues' goal. Fighting desperately to stay in this quarter here and not concede a late one, the Demons. Launceston have the 11 goals, so they've given away 5 this quarter against 1 their way, the Demons. They clear this ball. Up at the football was Walker. There's a little ball here to Hilda. He can go to an open forward 50. There'll be a foot race. Tuthill will lead it back. He's pursued by Higgins. Tuthill now hurries the kick away, and that's not bad actually in the end. Brilliant vision if it was intended. Found right. He had time to drop the mark and regather, but his kick is ill-directed. Norton couldn't take the half volley. Numbers arrive now, possibly legged. There was the North Hobart player. Umpire said no. They get it now. Short kick is not bad. Hilda spoiled by Hodge. Ball over the line, 70 metres around from the Demons' goal, doing some attacking late in the second term.
27 and a half minutes gone. Launceston 75, North Hobart 7. Right in front of the coffee hut over there. Nice thrown by the boundary umpire. Front position, Leadham. Flicks it over the back, off the ground, Holt. Straight to Denellen, sliding in on his knees, takes the mark. Kicks to the centre of Windsor Park. Polfreeman takes a mark. He has assistance here from Seymour, who takes it on the run. 45 out, chip kick to Riley. Marks on his chest, 20 out. 25 out, directly in front. And he'll go back. A chance of goal number 6. Great transference of the ball there by the Blues.
You can set that stoppage, Dave. The numbers just got sucked up, and it was one of the few times that Riley really had space to work in when the boys came forward.
And when they move it quick, they've got that open forward line. Dylan Riley wastes no time in the sunshine here now at Windsor Park. Dylan Riley kicks his goal number 6 straight over the umpire, and that's 12 goals now to the Blues. 12-9-81, leading North Hobart 1-1-7.
Just the little things there, guys, and I know we've touched on it earlier in the call. When North Hobart pick the ball up across half back, they tend to want to head inside, which makes sense, shortest way home. But when you've got the quality of Launceston set up there, almost always that ball gets turned over. So what happens? It goes from a great bit of play, perhaps an intercept, and creating a scoring opportunity for North Hobart, go straight back to Launceston, straight back up the other end.
Yes, you've got to give them some credit. I think their mindset has been much better than the last Northern trip we saw from the Demons, but it's a tough day to be possessing the football in that manner. Plays restarted. Kilpatrick, who's been busy in this second term, gets around a couple of would-be tacklers. Then he goes short, sets a task there for his teammate in Smith, but Smith was able to complete the mark, and the umpire is saying no 50 as the crowd called for. Go back and take your kick, Connor Smith.
Lucky Casey Brown.
So he'll do that. He goes short as well to Sandrick. Just took the ball. No, he didn't above the turf. Has time. Goes short. Bound Bingham. There's a siren ring the first half of football. Good one for the Blues, the home team. They lead at 12-9-81 to 1-1-7. So a 74-point margin here to end the first half. Launceston 40 points in the first quarter, 41 in the second. The positive for North Hobart was they managed their solitary goal via the young man that quarter in Leafheber, who kicked their only goal for the half.
Yeah, look, they looked really like their endeavour, as you said, a lot more positive Barch in what they were doing. Some good passages of play, a really good goal from Leafheber. He popped up and could have had another one.
Yes, a good game of football, really, I'd say, Rob, given the conditions. As you said, the endeavour from the Demons has been really encouraging. They've played an attacking style of football, but nevertheless, the quality of Launceston's been a little bit too good. So, running through the goal kickers here this afternoon, the star's been Dylan Riley, booted 5 first quarter goals, I think the first 5 of the game, in fact, and then the solitary goal to end that half. So he's got 6 singles then to Denellen, Pitcher, Polfreman, Taylor, Wright, and then the solitary goal kick and Leafheber for the Demons.
And look at the stats, thanks to Dave Gruber at half-time. Hit-outs, Launceston 27, North Hobart 12. Clearances still pretty even. Launceston 18 to North Hobart 16. So those North Hobart on-ballers continue to work hard around the contests. Inside 50s, Launceston 31 to 10. It was 16 to 4 in that quarter. The marks inside 50, 8 to Launceston, 1 to North Hobart. And the free kicks, 19 to Launceston, 10 to North Hobart.
And I missed Mitch Thorpe out there with a solitary goal as well in that second.
No worries, Barch. Thanks, Drews, for those stats, and we'll take a break here at half-time at Windsor Park. When we come back, we'll have a chat to Craig Martin, the president of the North Hobart Footy Club. The score is Launceston 12-9-81, North Hobart 1-1-7.
When it comes to your home or your local business, L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Whether it's cooking, hot water or heating, L-Gas has got you covered. For $80 in LPG account credits, visit the website lgas.com.au, download the L-Gas app or give us a call on 131 161. L-Gas. Local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Why use high-yield solar for your residential or commercial solar installation? Well, that's easy. High-Yield Solar are a locally owned and operated solar energy company based right here in Launceston. High-Yield Solar use only reputable solar products to ensure your system works efficiently throughout its operational lifespan. Reliable inverters and high-output panels. High-Yield Solar offer all City Park Radio listeners a free inspection at your home to see if solar is right for you. And as a bonus, an extended workmanship warranty to ensure accountability and to deliver an installation done to the very highest standards. Give the team a call at High Yield Solar on 6331 6603 or visit their website at highyieldsolar.com.au and give your high power bills the heave-ho. High Yield Solar, a proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park and Launceston. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. And we're also on the TSL live stream this afternoon. And it's Launceston 12.981 to North Hobart 117. It's a great pleasure. He joins us every year at one of our broadcasts, either down south or up here, to Craig Martin, the president of the North Hobart Footy Club. G'day, Craig.
G'day, David. How are you?
All
Great
right.
to be here. Can I just first say, at the top of the chat, a huge congratulations to Jay Blackberry for equalling the TSL Games record. He's been an absolute ornament to the game and a huge part of Launceston's success in recent times. So a big congratulations to him on behalf of everyone from the North Hobart Footy Club.
Absolutely, Aaron. He's been an ornament to South Launceston, Western Storm and now the Launceston Footy Club.
Yep.
Mate, you're doing it tough at half time. The boys are doing their best, but just Dylan Riley, every time you play against him, he seems to kick a bag of goals.
Well, he's a champion player in this competition, isn't he? And he's getting some pretty good service, you'd have to say, too, from his midfield. And look, we're up against it today. I mean, Launceston are a quality outfit. I'm not into excuses or anything like that, but we're obviously more competitive when we have our 8 or 9 Devils boys, and we don't have them today, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So it's an opportunity to get some games into some of our younger guys, and I think that young Josh Hilder's stood up today, number 20. I think he's playing particularly well. Tom Leafhepper continues to improve. Kai Coburn is playing today, and Riley Wood's done okay as well. So, it's an opportunity for them to, get a taste of what it's like to play against the very best, and that's the best place to learn, isn't it?
It's tricky. You're almost a victim of your own success, aren't you, by developing these young Devils players and through your junior ranks, and then in just that critical period, that 17, 18, 19 years of age, when they're entering TSL footy, they're backwards and forwards. So it must be tough.
Well, we're very proud of the fact that we do have 9 boys in the program, and we've got 8 that are in their draft year this year. So, we'd love to see them all get drafted. I mean, that's what they aspire to. But if they don't, we want them to stay and be 150 game plus players for North Hobart and help us to win premierships. That's why we put so much time and effort into developing our young talent. So that they will stay the course and they will help us to be successful down the track.
That's one more question from me before I throw it over to the boys. But Clinton French, your new coach this year, tough initiation, but how's he going?
Oh, he's doing a fantastic job. I am super impressed with Clinton. He cares deeply for the players. He is very, very good at strategy. He's a fine leader. He certainly is very focused and committed to what he wants to achieve with North Hobart. There are no highs and lows with him as far as his emotions go. He's very calm and committed and focused, and he knows that it's all about educating the players and ensuring that they, improve and get better down the track. So look, Clinton and the coaching staff are doing a fantastic job, as is Sam Yee, our strength and conditioning manager. So he's doing a really good job too. We've invested very heavily in that, and we've invested very heavily in our gym as well. As you would imagine, with some young bodies, we need to get them stronger so they can stand up in the contest. So, for example, we gutted our gym and made it bigger. We spent $11,000 on gym equipment, all those sorts of things. So we believe that all goes well for the future, and we want North Hobart to be a destination club for players.
And over to Luke and Rob.
Yeah, it's a great point you've mentioned, and a great honour for your club to have 9 boys in that Devils program. What are you doing with your young guys to get them up to that level, Craig?
Well, we sit down with them one-on-one and talk to them about their game, their strengths and weaknesses. We run them through video. We do a lot of match sim at training. And, we genuinely care for them as well. We make them feel welcome. I think that the program that we have too, where I don't know how many clubs in the state have a wellbeing program and a dedicated wellbeing officer. We do at North Hobart, and we also have a partnership with Back in Motion Physios, where they come in on a Monday night. They're every game. They come in on a Monday night and they triage all the injuries, and they recommend treatment for our players as well. So. There's a lot of one-on-one stuff that goes on. Frenchie and the players and the assistant coaches, and they're also learning too about how to, develop their bodies as well with Sam Yee and the strength and conditioning program that we have too.
Well, it's a great credit to your club because, again, as you said, whilst you've got those boys in their draft year, that's one thing, but to develop them into great club players. So congratulations to you and your club on what you're doing.
Yeah, look, we absolutely believe in what we're doing, and we know we've got a long road to hoe. I mean, but look, we have shown this year, we're not playing our best footy today, but we have shown this year we had a win over Lauderdale. We lost to Clarence by a point. That was a cracking game, and we were competitive for 3.5 quarters against North Lonnie as well. I mean, Brad Cox Goodyear got off the chain in the last half of the last quarter, as only Brad Cox Goodyear can. But we were pretty pleased with that performance. So look, today will be another opportunity for our young players to learn, and that's the way we have to look at it.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about the club and the great job you're doing there. The competition in general at the moment, it's been my first year after a number of years away from TSL football coming back into it, and I've been very impressed with the standard. Where do you see the competition going over the next couple of years and the challenges ahead for the competition?
Well, the competition is an absolute must for the state. The state has to have a statewide football competition. It has to have a premier football competition, and Mitch Thorpe and I have discussed this quite a bit, and it just has to be the case that the TSL continues. I think that we should have a team from the Northwest Coast. I think that some resource should be put into that to get a team from the Northwest Coast involved in the state league. The big issue we have is that we get $65,000 a year from the game's governing body, and it costs over $400,000 to run a TSL club every year. It's hard yards, I could tell you. I myself and Paul Curtin, I mean, we're working about 40 hours a week, and I mean, we don't get paid either. So it is extremely difficult, and we do have to have an elite level premier competition, but it's got to be properly resourced. Simple as that.
And you talk about a Northwest Coast club, which I would agree, having been a sort of a local northern boy. It's a shame we don't have a Burnie or Devonport team. The hurdles to getting that, or what do we need to see to have that happen?
Well, I think you need to get buy-in, but it needs to be. They need to have some money thrown at them to make it worthwhile. You've got a fantastic facility at the Doyle at Penguin. I mean, why couldn't you look at creating a club there? I've heard whispers that East Devonport, even though they're not playing this year, that they might be interested in once they get themselves back on track. But it needs to be funded. There's no point talking about this stuff if we're not going to have it properly funded. And I don't know whether you saw the opinion piece that I wrote in the Mercury a few weeks ago. I mean, let's be honest here. There have been tens of millions of dollars pumped into southeast Queensland and Western Sydney Probably more. Probably hundreds of millions. You know, and we have had our funding cut by a third. They cut the salary cap from 95 to 80. $80,000 for a statewide football comp is a joke. Let's be honest about that. And at the moment, we have no surety over the future of the competition. Well, we're doing our strategic plan at the moment, Rob. And how do you do a strategic plan when you don't know how much money you're going to have in the future, and whether there's going to be a competition at the end of the Footy Futures project? So, you know, we just need to get better. In everything we do.
And when you talk about the effort of you and your volunteers and others, like, you know, if you were paying those people, that adds up to hundreds of thousands of dollars, as you've said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of talk is around about the population of there's two sides in Launceston and five in Hobart.
Don't buy into it.
You don't? Yeah.
No, I just don't buy into it, David, at all. I think that once people start talking about things like that, they're making excuses. It's certainly not our club's view.
Yep.
We just need to get better. And that's what I say to everyone at our footy club. If supporters come up to me and start having a grizzle about that, I said, no. That's not us. That's not what we're about. We just need to get better. And I think that the investments that we have made in our footy program, and both our men's and women's footy program, I might add, our ladies are in Div 1 for the first time this year, and they're doing tremendously well. They're third on the ladder. We just need to get better. I mean, we've got no control over that. We can advocate for extra teams, and like I just have then, and have done publicly on a number of occasions, but you know, good luck to Launceston and North Launceston for burning the benchmarks. Good on them. They've got fabulous leaders at their club. Their presidents are absolute rippers. They've got good leaders, and they're reaping the rewards of having good football programs. So good luck to them, and we just need to get better.
Craig, we'll let the players come back on the ground. Just, we've talked to you about this in previous interviews, but the battle you had to go through to get the North Hobart name back, you must be proud of your efforts in doing that and reaping the rewards of getting some traditional supporters back to the club.
Oh, absolutely. And look, the club is in great shape financially. I mean, we have put the club back on a sustainable financial footing, and we're working very, very hard to continue to do that. We've put, for example, around about $1.75 million of new infrastructure into the ground since we took over. The state government, big thanks to Peter Gutwin and Elise Archer, have committed $370,000 for us to get a lift up into the Playster stand, which means that it's compliant for people with a disability for the first time ever. So, yeah, we're doing a lot to future-proof the club. We know where we're at, and we just got to keep working hard to get where we want to be.
Craig, look, thanks very much for joining us once again on City Park Radio. It's a pleasure to have you here, and we'll do it again in the future.
We will.
Well done in your efforts as president of North Hobart Footy Club. As you said, it's not an easy time to be president of a club, but keep on punching.
We will, mate. No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Craig Martin, joining us here on City Park Radio at half-time. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have Term 3 action here at Windsor Park.
Have you considered how much your property is worth?
Or have you thought about selling or just getting a current market valuation? My name is Yvonne.
And my name is Neil. Together we are Team Hawkins at Harcourts Launceston.
Working under the Harcourts banner collectively for over 25 years, we have the experience, training and knowledge to help you get the results you were looking for.
Call us for a free appraisal today and ask to speak with Team Hawkins. Team Hawkins, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
I've been watching the decluttering TV shows and I've been inspired and motivated. My first task was to sort out old jewellery boxes from my mum, Auntie Jean and my own collection. Single gold earrings, broken and outdated gold jewellery. It's amazing how much I found. I took the lot to cash converters, received a very tidy amount of cash, and now I'm off to enjoy a nice little break with the proceeds.
Right now, cash converters are paying top prices for gold. So cash in your unwanted jewellery today. Cash Converters Kings Meadows. Trusted and locally owned for 25 years. A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by L-Gas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. L-Gas. Call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park with Dave Moore, Luke Rabarchik, Rob Soward, Tony on the boundary, and also Dave Gruber on stats. We'll get down to Tony in a moment, but Barch, compliments to the Lonnie Stats guys. You've got some of the Launceston players there till half-time.
Yes, a few stats. Holton leads all comers on the ground with 14 disposals. Brown, Riley have both had 12. Obviously, Riley's kicked the 6 majors. Blackberry's had 11. Wright, Seymour back in for his first game, has had 10 along with Smith, Leader and McKercher in terms of disposals. And then Kilpatrick, who we've called out, he's had 10 for the Demons.
Yep, so the Lonnie stats guys always get the stats on an opposition player. So, yeah, nice half there from Callum Kilpatrick. The other score in the TSL, as my phone's gone to sleep, let's get the app back up again. It's a pretty close contest at half-time. It's North Launceston 6-6-42, lead Lauderdale 4-26. Now, I think Rob's ready. I can see him on the far side there. Not Rob. I said that the second time I've done that, Rob. Tony's over there on the far side.
We're like twins,
That's
Dave.
right.
People get us mixed up all the time.
Yes, great footy experts, both of you.
Oh,
so, Tony, what do you got for us?
Well, it all was fairly quiet in the Launceston rooms. Mitch took the boys out the back for a bit of a talk. Then he came out and before they came out on the ground, said he likes the way they're surging forward and to keep that up. They've been very good in attack, but he's still a bit concerned about clearances in the middle, particularly, and he wants them to really work on that. And he just wants them to get right on top early and just put the nail down, I reckon.
Yeah, that's the one area that we have seen North Hobart match. I think Gruby's your stats there till half-time on the clearances. Was pretty even there, wasn't he? 18-16 Launceston's way. And Tony, what about the conditions down there?
Look, the wind's dropped right off at the moment. It's probably going to get a little bit chilly lady. So there are quite a few dark clouds over that way, but I don't think they're coming this way. I reckon we're right for the rest of the game. So hopefully the standard will lift a bit as the ball doesn't get as much water on it.
Can I just ask, Tony, what is the moisture condition of the grass? You know, is it still slippery out there or is it pretty dry?
Look, it's still a little bit slippery, but I don't think it's... I think it's virtually what it was like at the start of the game. Remember, we had a bit of a shower in the first quarter. I really don't think it's going to be a player, to be honest.
Okay, so thanks, Tone. Any injury concerns for either team?
No, at this stage, no, it's been pretty good. As we said just before quarter time, Launceston had those two guys with issues, and Mitch has had the nosebleed for a while. It's just got the bandage. They'll be uncomfortable for a while. It's not curtailing him, anything like that. The other two guys are fine, Donnellan and Woolley. And there's been nothing on the North Hobart side.
No worries, Tony. We'll talk to you again during the third quarter.
No drama. Thank you.
Okay, so North Hobart, they're back out on the ground, and Rob, they'll be looking for a better effort in the second half, trying to get some more scoreboard pressure there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've highlighted a few times, Dave, look, they're doing really well around the clearances. It's they're even. So it's what happens with the ball after that. So if they've got the ball and Launceston don't, that's one way of stopping them from scoring. But just being more deliberate inside their forward 50. And obviously at the other end, we've seen Jackson drop back and help out there. But again, as Barch quite rightly pointed out, they need a couple of Jacksons, one at each end of the ground. And of course, Hugh Williams Jr., the skipper for North Hobart. Looks like he's going to match up, is he, on Donnellan. Dylan Riley, is he out there, boys? Not sure he's out there after half time. No, he's not.
Yes, that's him. He's had him next to goal umpire.
Oh, he's hiding there
next to the umpire.
He's having a chat with the goal umpire. Sorry to alarm our Lonnie faithful there. But Hugh Williams Jr.'s gone back onto him now.
Absolute key forward strategy. That one, boys, he's hidden behind the goalpost.
Fool me. Here's Luke Rabarchik for City Park Radio Sport as we're getting underway in the third quarter here at Windsor Park.
Jackson back into the ruck, competes against Leadham. Jackson won it down, sharked by Smith. Right foot kick around the body, floating ball. Half forward here, pitcher. Knocked off the ball nicely by Williams, did well. Gave a handball out there towards Sandrick. Hurried kick, high, might have got a free kick.
Yeah, down ground.
Down the field here. Going the way of North Hobart, yes, so that will be Higgins. The little man to take the ball right on the broadcast wing, adjacent to the centre circles. Higgins goes looking for Hardy, coming up to the football. He was matched nicely by House. Hurried kick inside the forward line now for the Demons. Poke gets there, went to ground, came up with the football, outside of the boot ball to the goal square. Under pressure here, the Launceston defence. They make an error, and sweeping on the football is Connor Smith. Quick goal to the Demons to start the third term. They've got their second of the game, narrow the margin back to 68 points. Nice goal from Connor Smith, putting the Launceston defence under a bit of pressure.
Kept it moving, as we've said. And when they've done that, they've looked dangerous, So great reward for effort there. Really great reward for effort.
Yeah, good kick off the ground there from Angus Norton. Started that off, and then a bit of persistence for Finlay Pope. Got it to Connor Smith, the Guildford Young College student. And he's put it through for the second goal for North Hobart. So that's a great start for them.
They've started quarters well too,
Yeah,
Dave. I think they kicked the first goal in the second quarter. That they not dominate, but they're very competitive inside 50s in the first for the first 10 minutes. So hopefully they can maintain that, Rob.
I reckon what they'd like is about 12 quarters that run for about 6 minutes, I reckon, guys.
It's back in the centre. Leadham goes up almost unopposed. Gets the tap, but once again the North Hobart midfielder and Caswell sharks it. He's tackled to the ground, so no clearance there. So players getting up off the deck. Umpire clears the way. Leadham wins the tap. Players dive in again. We'll get a secondary ball up. Still in the centre circles.
Open forward line for the boys, Dave, pushing it forward up to the stoppage.
Yep, we've got Thorpe and Riley inside 50 at the moment. Dunellan picks up, tries to get a kick away. Now someone's been held without it. Play on, no. Umpire says going to bring the ball back. There's a bit of a scuffle here on the wing. It's with Holt. Front edge of the centre circles. Has an outlet now. 45-degree kick to right. Right leans back. Kicks inside 50 towards Seymour. Spoil from behind by Millhouse. Falls to Riley. And that spills out of bounds in front of the club rooms. So we've got a bit of news from down on the boundary from Tony. We might just, it's inside attacking 50. We might just wait for a moment for that one. So boundary throw in. Thorpe hits it to the hot spot in about 30 metres out from goal. Tracking it is Blackberry. Turns on that left foot. Has some space. Jay Blackberry, 212 games of TSL footy. I built it up, but he missed. So 12-10-82, Launceston, North Hobart, 2-1-13. Down to you, Tony.
Okay, the news with Jay Grunewegan is that he never actually broke his left hand. It was just a burst blood vessel in it. It's right down at the moment. I had a look at it. He'll probably be off for next week. But Jake Hines, he had an accident at work. Scraped his leg or got a nail in it. That was Thursday week ago. He was fine last week. He was fine this week. He was going to play all the time up until yesterday. And then he woke up this morning, he was infected. He's been in the hospital, had some probiotics. Hopefully he'll be right next week, but he looks very sore at the moment.
Thanks, Tony. Newsbreaker here on City Park Radio Sport. A couple of big injury news there. And back on play, it's a free kick to North Hobart, going the way of Sandrick.
Sandrick takes the football and runs away. Penetrating ball inside 50. A little bit strong for the target there in Poke. Over the back is House onto the loose ball. Gets himself onto his favoured right foot and comes with a nice ball. That finds that man Wright, who's been very busy. Right, half-back flank, out of side. Just a little short kick over the top. That's all right. Got to Tuthill. They feed it back, and now they go forward to Smith. He's got on the outer wing. Comes back inside and laterally to Blackberry. Defensive side of the centre circles. Goes over the top to Wright by hand. They've switched it across the ground now, and that will end with Chilcott. He goes quickly. Dunellan, 60 out from goal. Wheels and goes. Left foot kick. Holt. Oh, nearly a collision with Thorpe. Holt just came across in front of the leading Thorpe and took the mark.
Just want to point out that Alec Wright got the ball 3 times in the build-up to that attacking four act.
Their defence has been exceptional, I would say, this afternoon, Dave, how they've rebounded. And they've got a shot on goal here as a result. Almost a collision. Thorpe leading up at the ball. Holt coming across the ground. Thorpe just got out of the road in time and allowed Holt to take the mark. So he's been busy in the first half. Comes in for goal. 45 out, plays on. A little bit of extra length in the kick on the left. Won't quite get the distance. He's offline as well. Just across the face and through for one behind.
Holt will be back in the D-League next week, I reckon, after that one. Running in front of the coach and marking in front of him, Barch.
He would have backed himself from there too, Thorpe, I reckon. 45 out. Rob, you're right. Jackson takes the kick in. He goes short. That might be Sandrick over there, is it, on the defensive 50?
I think it's Will Cole, Barch.
Will Cole. He's been okay across half-back, Cole. Goes back to Jackson now. So he can come across to Millhouse if he chooses. He goes, dangerous ball to a leading Williams Jr. it was. Dropped the chest mark in the end under pressure from Polferman. He was slung off the kick. Umpire said didn't dispose of the ball correctly. Umpire Moore has the free kick.
Yeah, Williams Jr., it was a good tackle there. Good follow-up effort from the skipper. He's setting things down. He's directed now to switch it to Millhouse, who can run on. Under pressure now with the kick. Gets out here towards Hugh Williams Sr., who seems to be labouring after it a bit. Spills out of bounds. Hello to Cam Brown, who's listening from down south. One of the members of the Southern TSL stream teams. Also a member of the Water Boys. Good afternoon, Cam. Glad you're enjoying our coverage. As the boundary umpire wipes the ball dry. 60 metres out from the Blues goal. Caswell taps it straight to Taylor. To Seymour, by hand now to Blackberry on his wrong side. Kicks it out of bounds on the full. relieving free kick inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Just the 2 each in this third quarter so far. Just the 1 goal to North Hobart through the first 6.5 minutes. Right in front of us here on the balcony at the Windsor Park Function Centre. Taken by Pitcher. Handball now to Blackberry. Bit of space. Beautiful vision there towards Riley. Takes the mark. Superb vision from Jay Blackberry, the veteran. He just spotted up the kick beautifully. 30-metre bullet pass to Riley. Tough angle, 20 out. Right in front of us here. Now he's going to go the left foot round the corner. Looks like he is. This is for number 7. Dylan Riley. Deep breath. Left foot. Doesn't make great contact. Spills across towards Jackson. Spoiled from behind by Seymour to Blackberry. Gets clear. Jay Blackberry kicks a goal. In his 212th senior game in TSL footy, he puts it through. Goal number 13 to Launceston, 13-10-88. North Hobart 2-1-13.
His teammates coming from all parts of the ground there, guys, to congratulate him. You know, as you've mentioned, he's been a terrific contributor to the league in his time, and many more games ahead of him. And every time we've seen them this year, he's got better as the game's gone on. He's really started slowly and worked his way into it. So great reward for effort and being in the right place at the right time.
So that was the first goal of the quarter for the Blues after the Demons got the first via the young man in Smith. So they're on the board. Started quarter slowly so far this afternoon at Launceston. They'll be keen to get going in this third term and extend the margin. Jackson in the ruck, changing the ruck. Leader might be having a rest. Is that Denellen in the ruck there, Rob, I think?
No.
House has gone into the ruck. So House up against Jackson. Free kick's been picked out of the ruck contest, or prevailing play from that. Ends with Kilpatrick. Long ball inside forward 50. Good mark taken there. Coming out 30 metres out for the Demons from goal. Took it on the chest. Nice mark to Hilda, it is, in fact.
It's really clever there. He protected the space. He just got himself into the right spot, didn't he?
He's one that Craig Martin nominated at half-time as having a good game.
Yeah, it was a good quick clearance from Kilpatrick. Long and direct kick. And as you say, Rob, just held his ground, protected the drop zone of the football, and then able to take the mark pretty comfortably in the end on his chest. So he'll go back and kick for goal. 25 metres out directly in front. Kicking for the Demons, second of the term and third of the afternoon. In comes Hilda. Umpire does a little bit of work, but it's good enough. That's through. They've got through this afternoon, the Demons. Hilda has his first. So they go to 3-1-19. Trailing Launceston 13-11, 89, 70-point margin here at Windsor Park.
They're winning the quarter, Rob.
Yeah, they are. And whilst obviously we're like Switzerland up here, we don't barrack for anyone. It's just great to see a great bit of play where quite obviously against a taller opponent, just a really good bit of footy where he got himself in the right spot, then kicked truly.
Another clearance from Callum Kilpatrick, Barch.
Yes, he's been very impressive this afternoon. Had plenty of the football. As we said, a number of their young players have really shown some promising signs, and then it's just been maybe a slight difference of class that has been the difference today. But I think some really encouraging signs from the Demons, and they'll be hopeful that they can put up a really competitive fight in the second half, Rob, and maybe even win the half. They're winning the quarter so far to date, and they win this clearance again. Sandrick hacked it out of the air, got to half forward. Norton's handball was smothered. Smith was in there, got the football out the direction of Holt. He ran onto it, gave a handball over the top to Miller. He goes as well by hand to Hodge. So Hodge to half forward. Just being worked on the ball there was Picture. That paved way for Kilpatrick to come in and take the ball on the ground. Spun out of a tackle, but run out of room, out of side boundary throwing.
So just might get a bit of a score there at Skybus Oval. They're underway in the second half. So North Launceston 7-6-48 to Lauderdale 4-2-26. But as we've noted, I'd say North Launceston have the breeze in this third quarter. So they want a bit of a lead at three-quarter time. Sunshine now bathing Windsor Park. Great colours. As it's not coming out of that contest. Another ball up.
Perfect winter's day. Perfect winter's day now, yeah.
Look, I've had some really cold days on this balcony, but I tell you what, it's very pleasant here this afternoon. There's no breeze. Quite warm temperature. I think we nearly got to 17 degrees earlier. So
absence of Matthew McGee might be making it more pleasant too, Dave.
Absolutely. It's only cold when he's here. There's fighting for the ball there was Lee Feber and Jamison House. A lot of players appealing for free kicks. And it's going to be another ball up.
The Antarctic trainees wouldn't like it up here today, guys. They were here. They were here last time we were here briefly.
Let's get the T-shirt out here in a minute. Ball up. Can we get a bit of a clearance here? Holt tries to work free. North Hobart penalised, incorrect disposal. Jake Smith, the recipient. He's looking sideways at 45-degree kick. Tries to get it to Seymour. Lucks of fortune. Back to Seymour. Thinks about handballing. Kicks inside 50. Beautiful pass to Riley on his chest. 35 out, 45-degree angle, right-hand side. It's a great vision there once again from Seymour. Just a skill level of Launceston players. When they get a player on the lead, 9 times out of 10 they hit that player. And that player is Dylan Riley, who's kicked the 6. Leading goal kicker in the TSL for goal number 7, Dylan Riley, has missed to the near side on this occasion. 13-12-90 Launceston. North Hobart 3-1-19. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber this quarter. 4 to Launceston, 3 to North Hobart.
Been marginally inaccurate, the Blues. I think when they look back and review this game, there's probably 4 or 5, Rob, they could have kicked that they've missed. Another one there from Riley probably would kick 4 times out of 5. They bring the ball back in here, the Demons, but taking a nice mark and playing on his lead. Goes in the pocket looking for Picture. Marking millimetres inside the boundary line is Braden Picture. Gets the all clear from the umpire. I think that was the right call. We had a good look at that one.
His fellow number 33, Matthew Yates, wasn't convinced much.
They've had a few decisions maybe go against them inside the defensive 50. I think that was the right call. Pitcher goes with a check side type kick, goes across the face. Millhouse can come away now, but leading his opponent to the football again is that man in right. He's been very busy. Crowd wanted holding the ball, and they've got it. In fact, they have. So Leif Heber will take the free kick. He's 50 metres out from his defensive goal out of sight. Had Kilpatrick on in the corridor, but they've turned over a few times out of down. He ignored that. So Leif Heber now plays on, then kicks a high ball to the outer wing. Trying to work his man under the football there was Hardy. Unable to do that, and it's spoiled over the line. Boundary throw in outer wing.
Another goal to North Launceston, 8-7-55, leading Lauderdale 4-2-26.
So they've been good to start this quarter, the Demons. Well, not start it. We're now well into it. 13 minutes gone. 81. So they've only kicked the 9 points, 1-3 for the quarter. Launceston against the Demons, who have 2 goals. And here comes William Senior. Left foot ball away from the clearance to half forward. Coming up is at the football. That was Walker. Couldn't take it. Back towards Norton now. Polframan, in fact it was Blackberry, came across. But his handball was ineffective over the line. Defensive side of the wing for the Blues. Just the 1 goal in 14 minutes of football here for the boys. So they'll be keen to get a move on and extend this margin. Currently leading 13-12-90 to 3-1-19. Ball is tossed back in. Jackson in the ruck was beaten for it by Leedham, palmed it down. Launceston get the clearing kick, a high kick towards half forward. Denellen worked in front, routing it nicely, and they now go forward by Blackberry. Hits Riley on the chest, 30 metres out, had all the 50 to work in, led up at the football and took a lovely ball on the chest, 30 metres out, and he'll go back and again kick for his 7th major.
Yeah, he's missed 2 this term. One was pretty tricky, the other one he probably should have taken.
He's, I think, tossing upward to go for the drop punt here, Rob, around the body.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if he goes the drop punt, watch his ball drop here. This ball drop on the last very makeable shot on goal, it wasn't the best, so we'll have a look at this one.
Comes in, kick on its way. Drop punt is again across the face. And interesting with these techniques, a bit of a Matthew Lloyd bent knee kicks with. I know they was coached to kick with a straight knee. I think that was when I was playing anyway. I had some good coaches, some not so good, but I was kick with a straight knee.
Very effective, I'm sure, for you, Barch, in your career, but it's a good point that you make.
Demons restart and they come away to the broadcast side. Marking it is the man there in Sandrick.
Just in front of Darren Matheson, one of the legends of Tassie footy there, father of Isaac. Darren's there, an interested spectator in the crowd. Out to Coburn. His kick semi-smothered. Chance here for Higgins against Polframan, out of bounds. Yes, Darren Matheson. I think he played with South Launceston in the day. Also North Hobart.
Terrific footballer for North
Hobart.
Interesting here, Jackson dropping back in front of Thorpe. Thorpe calling for him to be manned up, I think.
Bounty throwing in the long shadows now, but the bright sunshine. Nice day here at Windsor Park after some drizzle early in the game. Leedham, tap out. Tackle late on Kilpatrick. Arms pinned. Barch wants ball, but umpire says no prior.
It's been in the news a lot, the holding the ball rule, Foz. I can't see it's that difficult.
Right. You're a fan of that one being called?
Well, I think if he had opportunity to get rid of the ball, he didn't.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, as Jake Smith's head was hit there from Caswell. Now it's going to come back, no advantage paid. Jake Smith's okay. No damage done. So kicks it now towards Holt. Takes the mark. Runs off on the mark now. Kicks to attacking 50. Chance here for Kilpatrick. Round the corner. Up here towards Holt. Now with Jake Smith. This way, that away. Defensive now to Tuthill. He gets it to Blackberry. Takes a mark on the wing.
Blackberry has the ball. Late proceedings in this third term. Windsor Park now bathed in sunshine. Shadows are lengthening late in the third quarter, but lovely afternoon as we said before. Blackberry goes with a long ball inside 50. Lead him to fly. Jackson completed well. Touch said the umpire. Play on. Go it to Williams Senior. There's been a free kick picked out here for someone being, I think, slung without the ball. And it will come back to Jackson, I think it is. They had the football, North Hobart, in Caswell, but comes back to Jackson. Goes by hand to Kilpatrick. Runs away. Nice ball. Kicks up to Leafheber. Going up alongside the centre circles. He gives by hand back to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick runs through the centre circles now. Kicks inside forward 50. No one really home. Tuthill goes back and takes a defensive mark. Pushed 50. After he took the mark. That should be 50, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the umpire says yes, it is. So maybe just a little bit frustrated there. They encouraging play, but again, no one really at home inside that forward 50. The kick certainly wasn't to the forwards' advantage.
No.
So they'll come away. Tuthill goes by hand over the top to Smith. And he goes high inside forward 50, but Jackson should be in the hole and takes the defensive mark in front of Riley. Just a little bit of a lull here in this third quarter now. Both teams, well, certainly North Hobart seem content just to stem the bleeding a little bit. They come around the outer wing, but again, no one home. And this time it's House goes back and takes the mark on his chest. Defensive side of the wing. Looks to switch the play now. He has Holt. It'll be a good kick to get there, and it is just that. Finds Holt. He can go over the top now if he chooses. No, he looks to come back inside and go short. That's Seymour, just behind the centre circles. Crowded forward line on this occasion now for the boys. Getting numbers back to the Demons. Kick was a little bit short to McKercher. An opportunity now opens up. They've got absolutely no one to go to here. So he sort of dropped the ball on the ground there, did Walker, and then fashioned a drop kick. That gave time for Poke to get forward. Poke goes with an outside of the boat ball. Just couldn't get it working back enough. And they nearly got one of the more unconventional goals you'll see there, Rob.
Yeah, certainly not one out of the textbook, that's for sure, particularly after that very agricultural bounce on the half-forward line.
It was some inventive play, but almost got the job done, and the kick looked like it might have had enough bend on it to get there, but not quite in the end for Finlay Poke. The result is Launceston bring the ball back into play. It's in the hands now of Miller Hodge, 30 metres out from his defensive goal. Kicks, a dangerous kick, but Polframan makes it work, and he goes, and now they've got some space to go. Well done. Polframan, high kick to the advantage of Denellen. Williams going back, tried to affect the spoil, couldn't. Denellen now inside forward 50 to Smith. Smith going back, couldn't take the mark. Fall the ball is right onto the left. Kick around the body. Thorpe to make a contest. Shepherds it through Mitch Thorpe, and that's a goal. Wright has his second in the afternoon, the defender. Left foot goal there from Alec Wright, and Launceston get their second of the quarter. And they opened it up via Polframan through half-back.
Yeah, they did. And again, really, really good, I guess, the contrast between the two sides. Anytime North Hobart have gone to switch back inside, things have come unstuck pretty quickly for them. Launceston switch it back through and with their class, make them pay. And just something in that passage of play there that the listeners need to know, Mitch Thorpe's body work on the goal line, just tremendous.
Great
that ball
experience
was always going to be touched.
Yeah, he showed his experience there, just positioned his body to get the North Hobart defender out of the way. And we've got a score from Skybus Oval, and gee, I think it's a long way back for Lauderdale now. It's 9-7-61. North Launceston, Lauderdale 4-2-26, although there's been very few scores at one end of the ground. So we'll see what happens in the last quarter. Still got a bit to play out here. 20-minute mark of the third quarter. It's 97 plays 20. Tackle laid there on Blackberry. Penalised. And that man again, Callum Kilpatrick, gets to his feet. Switches play to the far side. Finds Bingham. Bingham, little kick forward to Kylan Coburn. His kick's close to the line. Too close, is it? Yes, it is. Try to spot up Hilda there. Floats over. Hodge, free kick. Little kick to the ruckman, Leadham. Leadham at half-back. Kicks up the wing towards Polframan. Just a bit too much heat on it, and it spills out of bounds. Boundary throw in. City Park Radio Sport takes a spell next week. We're back here in a fortnight's time. Launceston versus Clarence. Pretty important game. It's Clarence an improving team. Big thump out there from Walker towards half-back. Handball over the top. Connor Smith kicked the goal in this quarter. Kick to attacking 50. Mark taken there by Miller Hodge at half-back. Hodge switches now. Finds Taylor. Taylor steadies things down. There's a man free in the middle here. Polfram, a beautiful kick from Taylor. Streaming past to Smith. Handball over to him now. Smith gets around. Leans back on a kick inside 50. Not a great one. Millhouse gets there first up against Miller. Miller does really well in the follow-up. Philgate to Thorpe. Nice handball there from Riley Wood. Gets it to Cole, out here towards Connor Smith. Blackberry takes the spillage. Might have got a high tackle. And now he's caught holding the ball. So free kick North Hobart at right half-back. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Here's Luke Grabarczyk.
Sandrick accepts the football after the free kick. He's got it half-back, Sandrick. Big pack of players down the line. Goes short looking for Millhouse. That works. 20-metre kick. Millhouse now edging up towards the wing.
He's had a bit of it today, Barch. Trent Millhouse.
Been all right down back, I think. Davies certainly competed all day. He finds Hilda now, so they've got up to the wing, the Demons. Time on third quarter. Hilda, goal kicker this quarter. He's going to look to go longer down the line. Coming up to the ball there will be Walker. Over his head, gets the back. Umpire said received a push. Or
play on.
They've played advantage, and they're inside the forward 50. That might be
Walker.
Walker, it is. Streaming into an open goal. Walker will go in. Dribble one along the ground, and they've got it. Well, in the end, fairly easy goal for North Hobart. They've kicked 3 this quarter, so they go to 4-2-26, 3 goals this quarter, leading Launceston 14-13-97, and they're again winning this quarter.
If I read it right there, Rob, I think the free kick was to Bailey Walker originally for pushing the back. Yeah. He had the better recovery and then steamed into goal.
Yeah, he certainly did, and I think it was a bit of over-exuberance there from Jake Smith, pushed his opponent under the ball, and they got a game, reward for effort. And is probably captured by the president at half-time. You know, some good young players in their squad. And you factor in those Devils players and all of a sudden, some green shoots for North Hobart.
19 points to 16 this quarter, so they're winning this third term. And we've probably got a couple of minutes to go, 24 minutes gone. So they'll be very pleased with this. It's Hardy back into the ruck. Leedham went up and came down hard. Hardy got the football at ground level. Gave a handball out there to Mathewson. He went forward, taking the mark and giving a handball away. Ends with Kilpatrick. So Kilpatrick goes high to the top of the square. No one really home. Doing all right though was Walker. Kept the ball alive. Quick kick was smothered. Foot race on in the defensive half for Launceston. Polfram has some work to do. Did very well. Gave a handball on the up to right. Came away. Got around a tackle. No, he didn't. The umpire said got rid of the ball incorrectly. And the Demons will have another shot at goal. They've got the free kick just inside forward 50.
Leafheber gets up limping. He kicked the first goal for the Demons, the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. He's looking to give it off. He does now. Kilpatrick, kick smothered, just inside attacking 50. McKercher tackled immediately. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber this quarter. 11 Launceston and 8 to North Hobart. Clearances still pretty even. In fact, North Hobart leading 5-4. No contest there for Hardy. Kicks it forward towards Leafheber again. Gee, he was on the way to goal if he could have reined that in. Still a contest there. Caswell, Norton, got no one to go as Angus Norton just tries to make it a contest. And it'll be a stoppage. So North Hobart coming late in this quarter.
Been an even quarter football run on most accounts, Dave.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm sure Clinton French would have asked at half-time.
It's easy to see too as we look at it the difference in the body size between the two sides.
Yep.
Launceston a lot more mature, but you can't fault the endeavour.
Rob, I think we've got a free kick happening here to Angus Norton. I'm not sure what happened there.
A bit of push and shove, I think, there when they were getting up from the stoppage. So, yeah.
Angus Norton, so for our radio listeners, he's about 40 out, 45-degree angle. He's looking around, maybe looking for an outlet handball to Kilpatrick, who's pretty well tagged there by Polfram. So he might have to go himself here, Angus Norton. Doesn't look hugely confident. Maybe he's worried a bit about the distance. Gets now to 40. Kicks for goal. Angus Norton. Has it gone through? No, it's been thumped in back into play right on the line. And it's now out of bounds, about 10 metres around for the right behind post.
It came off that packet pace. I actually thought it hit the behind post and bounced off the behind post, Dave, but it was obviously a fist just inside the field of play. And as you say, the ball is out of bounds, 10 metres around from the Demons' goal, doing all the attacking in the last couple of minutes, pressing for their fourth of the term. Quick kick forward. It was taken, but the umpire said not 15, play on. The Demons, in the end, will settle with another stoppage at the top of their goal square. So Launceston under pressure here late in this third term. They wouldn't want to let this quarter end up being a comfortable margin, the Demons, should they get another goal. But Miller-Hodge, he defends nicely, goes with a kick around the outer side. That's a good mark taken. Playing in front, might be Pearce on the outer side there, I think.
Woolley, I think, Barch.
Woolley.
Yep.
Woolley goes short, down the line. So they're just taking a little bit of steam out of this quarter late here, the Blues. They can come short inside to Taylor, and that kick works on the 45. Again, they've got a couple of options laterally or short on the 45. There, one presents now from behind the football. Going silently, the Blues coming out of their defensive 50. Well, in fact, still in the defensive 50. They play on now and come away. Pearce goes to the outer wing, finds a free man there. They come back inside to Taylor, who started it all, but the kick was a little bit strong. Opens an opportunity now for Hilda. Gave a handball off to Jackson. Jackson went again to this vacant forward line. Coming up is Walker. He's outnumbered 2-1. Can't win that battle. Numbers went out the end for the Blues. High ball over the top. Oh, gee, maybe a free kick. Umpire said no. Poke came in and gave a contest. That was to no avail. Wright emerged with the football. Hurried a tumbling kick forward. Taking a mark at the back nicely there, though, was Yates. Doing a good job here, the Demons, in the last 5 minutes. And they will finish the quarter in front for that third term, the Demons. So they kept Launceston to just a 16 points, 2-4 for the quarter. They extended their score to 14-13-97. North Hobart for the quarter kicked the 3-1-19, taking themselves to 4-2-26. So at three-quarter time, 71-point margin here at Windsor Park. Goal kickers for the afternoon. Riley, who burst out of the box with 5 first-quarter goals. Had a couple of shots that quarter but couldn't convert. He's on 6 majors for the afternoon. Alec Wright, who's been terrific out defence all afternoon. He's kicked 2, 1 in that third quarter. And then singles to the Blues for Blackberry, Thorpe, Polframan, Pitcher and Denellen. And for the North Hobart side, good quarter. They've kicked 4 since quarter time, 3 in that third term. Bailey Walker, Josh Hilda, Connor Smith and Leif Heber.
Rob Soward for City Park Radio Sport. What are your thoughts there on that third quarter?
Well, I think, terrific from North Hobart. Like, if you were just not looking at the scoreboard, you'd think it was a much, much closer game than what we've said on the scoreboard. But just one thing that I'll share and for the listeners, which says to me, speaks in spades about the positivity of North Hobart. When the ball was up in their forward line, they're down by 12 goals. It'd be easy to drop your head, but instead you've got Hugh Williams Jr. setting his defenders up here across half-back if the ball does come out. You could hear the positive talk. You could see the setup. Like, that's really positive stuff, and it fits in with that development that we heard about at half-time.
Well, to echo that, Rob, the game we did, the Bombers and the Demons, back in probably round 2 or 3 early this year, I was, fair to say, maybe a little bit critical of their game plan. They played a very defensive style of game. Ball lived in the defensive half, really few forwards forward of the football. But today, they've played a positive game. As you say, they've been committed to the contest and been really impressive, I think.
Yeah, they have. And, if we were being, I guess, really putting the acid on it, had they made a couple of adjustments earlier in the game and reduced Riley's influence, let's say he kicks 2 in that first quarter, not 5, it just changes the tempo of things. But I can imagine, having been at those quarter-time huddles before with Mitch Thorpe, I reckon he's not going to be real happy with what happened there, because North Hobart just had a crack.
We'll listen to Tony there at his report in a moment. We need to take a break, but very quickly, we'll get to the stats for Dave Gruber. The hit-outs 37-20 over the day. Launceston winning 10-8 in that quarter. Clearances 23 apiece over the day. North Hobart winning that quarter 7-5. Inside 50s at the moment 42 to Launceston, 18 to North Hobart. The Blues won that one 11-8 in that quarter, although the Demons outscored the Blues. Marks inside 50, a big 13-2 disparity there the Blues way, and free kicks have evened up a bit. 12-4 in that quarter the Demons' way. It's now 23 Launceston, 22 to North Hobart. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio. When we come back, we'll have a look at some more stats and we'll hear from Tony on the boundary.
L Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up.
They've got vintage arcade games and pinballs, classic cocktails and all your favourite beers. Experience a great night out or a drink after work with your favourite music from the 80s at the Arcade Bar. In the arcade at 97 York Street. Just look for the street signs. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 5 p.m. Mention this ad for 20% off your first drink and check out Facebook or Insta for more on the Arcade Bar, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Hello and welcome to the Geeks Review. I'm Royce.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Joshua.
We all love movies and TV, especially the geeky ones. And in our new show, we're going to review the new releases in the cinema and on DVD, because that's just what the internet needs more of. Three guys talking about movies. From Doctor Who to Star Wars, Terminator to Harley Quinn, and a whole lot more. The Geeks Review, 4 p.m. Thursday on City Park Radio and at Royce Pendergast on YouTube.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
City Park Radio Sport here at Windsor Park, round 11 TSL action, and at three-quarter time it's Launceston 14-13-97, leading North Hobart 4-2-26. Down at Skybus Oval, it's North Launceston 10-7-67 to Lauderdale 4-2-26. The Southern Bombers do have the breeze in that last quarter. Bart, you got some individual statistics, compliments of Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell from Launceston Stats Department.
Dominant quarter from Joe Blackberry, Foz. He had 8 disposals, kicked the 1 goal as well, so he joins Holt as the leading possession winner on the ground with 19. Smith has had 18 for the Blues, Wright 17, and then Seymour and Ryan with 15 each. And Kilpatrick, another very good quarter from him. He had 7 disposals that quarter to take his match tally to 17.
Yeah, outstanding effort there from Callan Kilpatrick. But Jay Blackberry earned his milestone game, 212 games. 19 possessions. That's 16 kicks and 3 marks, 3 handballs.
Always has a high kick-to-handball ratio, Blackberry. Yep. So, as you say, 16 kicks, 3 handballs. Been a little bit inaccurate if you had to have 1 knock. He's kicked 1 goal, 3.
But get down to Tony, who's been out at the huddles. What do you got for us, Tony?
Well, I went out to Dumpire's huddle first up. Jay Blackberry in his 212th game has been reported for striking Angus Norton in that quarter just before the end.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens there. As you say, he had a good quarter. Mitch Thorpe said, let's not get flustered. I felt that happened a bit in that quarter. He also says, let's just get nasty around the ball, sit a few blokes down. He's switched a few players around just to give him a bit of variety. He wants to get the tackle count up, which is what he said earlier in the game. And I just said we need a bit more intensity.
Okay, so he's asking for a little bit more from his Blues in this last quarter. Let's see if they respond. They're kicking to the town end of the ground. And North Hobart kicking to the northern end. Last rays of sunshine. 15 degrees here in Launceston. Beautiful conditions for a June day. Round 11 TSL action. Here is Luke Grabarczyk from City Park Radio Sport.
Last quarter, TSL action, Queen's birthday weekend. Jackson got the clearing kick away. The umpires picked a free kick out and will go the way of Launceston. One of those changes we heard there at three-quarter time. Denellen started the quarter in the middle, but it's Blackberry. Takes the free kick, goes long and direct, looking for Riley. That was Thorpe, in fact, couldn't take the grab on the second attempt. Ball over the back. Danger here for the Demons' defence. Riley's there, skirting onto the ball. I think that might have been Pitcher, was it? McKercher it was, and he scrubbed a kick outside of the boot towards goal. Williams Senior was there just to see it through. Done that a couple of times on the last line defence. Demons to bring it back in now. Kick to the outer side is not too bad, and Jackson takes a nice mark on his chest. Comes inside, short ball was dangerous. Blackberry took it, left foot, running kick. Blackberry, top of the square. Riley had it smothered, but he'll be the first to recover. Riley arrives now. Around one, got the hands free, go back by hand to Thorpe. Free kick paid again. Mitch Thorpe takes the advantage. Right foot, snap, goal. Thorpe, second time today, same end of the ground, same result. Launceston have their first of the last quarter.
Yeah, free kick to Riley there in the pocket in that contest. And spilt to Thorpe, who took the advantage.
Well, a couple of times today, Dave, we've just commented on his experience or smarts, whatever you want to call it. Some players might have stopped. He said, no, I've got time and space. Went back, slid it from 40 out round the body. Quality finish, Mitch Thorpe.
And again, reward for effort, the pressure, the repeat forward entries. You know, that sort of has to happen when you've got that talent up there, doesn't it?
Yes, they've been that forward line, been a little bit inaccurate maybe, Rob, but other than that, they've created a lot of shots at goal this afternoon, 29 in fact.
They've been wasteful, as you say, but they've certainly created the opportunities.
It's been a great duel, that Hugh Williams Jr. and Dylan Riley. Hugh Williams Jr. has probably done okay since quarter time, after Riley started with a blast, kicking 5 goals in the first stanza.
And some of the entries, Dave, you're leading out to an open forward line. He's done a very good job, as you say.
Could have kicked 2 or 3 in that third quarter as well. He missed a couple of easy shots. Here's Kilpatrick now, working hard, gets tackled, gets away to Caswell, and we get a throw there, so it's going to go against the Demons. They don't realise it yet. Oh no, it's I says play on.
Oh, he's paid 50.
Paid 50, so I think you got a bit confused there as to who actually had the ball, but the Demons played on. It was incorrect disposal, free kick. Fletcher Seymour will land about 15 out directly in front.
That one, that rule, Dave, I don't mind to see them just bring that back. They didn't intentionally kick the ball away. I think they're a bit confused.
Yep, I agree. But nevertheless, Seymour directly in front, kicking to the town end of Windsor Park. Kicks it straight through the middle. That's the Blues' 16th goal, 16-14, 1-1-0. And they lead North Hobart now 4-26.
Been good in his return too, Seymour. 15 disposals to half to three-quarter time and a goal now.
It's his first goal, Barch, yep. First goal for Fletcher Seymour. And one hopes that the floodgates don't open here, Rob, for the sake of the contest anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just for the good crowd that's here, Dave, but also just from what we saw of North Hobart and building that capacity within their team, you'd really hate to see them drop the bundle and get run over.
Yes, it's a long trip back to Hobart if you drop the bundle in the last quarter, Rob. So they'll be keen. As we said, the scoreboard, they've done a good job, probably better than the scoreboard reflected at three-quarter time. So let's hope they can continue that positive momentum into this last 20 minutes of football here at Windsor Park. Plays restart and we'll have a secondary stoppage. Ball went nowhere from the initial ball up. Hardy back into the ruck, competing against Leedham. Leedham's battled manfully all day. Won it down nicely to Taylor. Fed a handball to Blackberry. Back to Taylor. Coming away now to Nerlin. Left foot kick around the body. Not bad. Out to the advantage of his forward. They run on the ball. Now, fed by hand back to House. He looks like he's gone forward. Turns and goes to the top of the square. Jackson was there. Spoil came. That was a goal. That's a very nice goal to Rod. He might have kicked 3 for the afternoon. Came across in front of the pack, brought the ball to ground, got his own crumb, put it around the body. He's kicked 3 goals for the afternoon.
Certainly making it a nightmare for the votes, guys, this one. As we talked about off-air at three-quarter time, very even contribution. And when you've got guys like Wright, who predominantly plays back, when you get him drifting forward, kicking his third goal.
Don't want to influence anyone, Rob, but I think he did a great job in that first half rebounding, and then you go forward and kick 3. He's done it at both ends of the park.
He certainly has.
It's 18 possessions now and 3 goals. But as we say, Rob, we're not trying to influence you there at all. So it's 17-14, 1-1-6. All of a sudden the margin's out to 90 points. Now there's a whistle on play. Umpire just making sure the 6-6-6 situation is happening. Ball up. Leedham wins the tap. Hits it forward. Sandrick's there though. He gets somebody got to push in the back. Sandrick, play on. Now play on the bottom of the contest is going to be caught holding the ball. Blues free kicks. Free kick, see who emerges here. It might be Hamish Leedham. Quiet atmosphere here now at Windsor Park. Leedham kicks long inside, attacking 50. Great mark, Hugh Williams Sr. Athletic attempt, second grab. And he takes the mark. Sun about to set here, far away from the winter solstice. So early setting of the sun. Going short now, finding Millhouse is Hugh Williams Sr. Millhouse, a lot of possessions today. Cross half back. Kicks long up the wing. Target there is Walker, rises high. Can't take it. Spills out of bounds. So I can see in the background there, Launceston legend Paul O'Donoghue. Played a little bit with North Melbourne back in the day. Coached here at Windsor Park. Also club president. Boundary throw in. Kilpatrick takes it. Releasing handball. Now they move forward, the D's. And diving mark there to Hilda, not paid. So it might have been a touch unlucky there, Josh Hilda. The ball up. Inside 50s this turn for Dave Gruber. 5-0 the Blues way.
I certainly wouldn't have been walking for that if that were me, Dave.
Tyson Miller takes it. Ball is called. This player's tackled to the ground. Out it comes. Chance for the Demons. Hilda. Kick off the ground inside 50 now for the D's. Taken by Pitcher. He's bundled off the ball, but he gets a kick away to Philgate, who takes it at half back.
Nice mark with Philgate. Had to go back with the fight. And they've opened it up here now. Brown by hand. They'll go forward here. That's McKercher. Short kick. Polframan. 60 out from goal. Wheels onto the right. Keen to go quickly. That works pretty nice. I think you might have House here who's gone forward. Is that House marking that football? It is. So he's been flung forward as we heard Tony Thorpe moving the magnets around a little bit at three-quarter time. So House, mark inside forward 50s, 40 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. Likes his chances. He's gone back deliberately. Coming in now. Kick on its way. It's across the face, off the boot. Can't work back. Scrapes through for one behind. So they're doing all the attacking in this last quarter, the Blues. They'll be keen to stamp their authority on this contest. Kick in from North Hobart quickly, but it's a poor one. Launceston will come inside once more. They can keep the ball alive. They do it nicely. Ends with McKercher. Chiselling ball. Riley on the half volley. Took it well. Wheels onto the right. Goes by hand. Looking for Seymour. At the back, McKercher. Kick was partially smothered. Contest here. Forward pocket. Seymour once more. Handball intercepted. Working overtime, the North Hobart defence. And they see it across the line, 40 metres around from goal.
Lauderdale, the first goal of the last quarter, but they're coming from a long way back. They trail 33-67, 7 minutes into the last quarter.
As you said earlier, Dave, the Bombers wouldn't want to drop that one. Should be able to hold on from here, but who knows? Last quarter action here at Windsor Park. 5 minutes gone. 8 minutes, in fact. Quick kick out of there. Hardy. Nino to take the ball. Pitcher there. Receives the handball now. Puts on the Jets. Couldn't get away. They weren't holding the ball. Just got his foot to the football, and that saved him. Ball out of bounds now. Half-forward flank for the Blues in attack.
So into the last quarter. We're here again in 2 weeks' time. Double header on that day for City Park Radio Sport. We'll be here in the afternoon for Launceston versus Clarence. Then we'll be off to the Elford Sports Centre. All things being okay with COVID for the Tornadoes versus Bendigo game. Here's Sandrick. Kicks across half-back. It's going to fall straight in the lap there of Casey Brown. Leans back on a kick, going to the pocket here, looking for Riley. Cleans bowls. Hit him and his opponent. Spills out of bounds. Deep in attack for the Blues. They've all the attack in this last quarter. 7 inside 50s to 1. Hit out 6-1 in this last quarter as well. So Mitch Thorpe's going to take the ruck contest here with Nathan Hardy. They go at it. Taken by Hardy. Gets a releasing kick up the wing off the hand of Woolley. Copped a knock early in the game. And it's out of bounds in the shadows on the far side.
We've certainly been heading back in there a fair bit too, and I mean, kicks like that don't help, even though that's been tunnelled out of bounds, that one. But just a quick hack kick out, it's always going to come back in when you've got Launceston set up so well.
Right on centre wing, boundary throw in. Lead in front position. Free kick, probably going to Jack Sandrick here. So Sandrick, it's the handball away. Long kick, Coburn I think it was, up here was Leaf Hebber. Spoiled away by Tuthill. We're now on the forward flank for North Hobart. 17-15, 117 Launceston, North Hobart 4-2-26.
You also just note the work rate of the boys. They've always got 2 or 3 sort of lateral 45-degree options there, Rob. The Demons just forced down the line with the long kick there, our defence.
Absolutely.
Jackson out of the ruck, directed it down towards a teammate. Sandrick ends up with the football. Umpire said it was thrown somewhere in there, or maybe a high tackle. Anyhow, the result will be a free kick to the Demons. Attacking side of the wing. They'll look to go inside 50 now. They go short on that 45. Sandrick now. He was knocked as he kicked the football, and as a result that affected the kick, and Tuthill was able to take a fairly easy intercept mark. Back pocket, Tuthill, short, over the top. That's okay. So they're on their defensive 50 here, the Blues. Late in the quarter, Miller Hodge has the football. He goes with a long kick to the outer wing. Spoil went boundary side. Taking the ball there was Bradley Young. He was tackled immediately. No opportunity to get rid of that ball. And as a result, we'll have another stoppage. Outer side wing.
the other point you made there a moment, Barch, about how they set up. When they set up laterally, you've also got guys like McKercher who just run. I think he got the ball 5 times in that last passage of play that was in their forward line.
Yeah, their work rate is very impressive to complement that class and experience and a little bit of extra size we've spoken about this afternoon. They go forward once more from this stoppage. That's a good effort coming up at the ball, but unable to take it with the Launceston team, and as a result North Hobart go forward. But Tuthill once more, he like Wright has been impenetrable across half back, comes forward. Jackson though will take this intercept mark at the back of the pack. He goes short. He has Caswell now an opportunity, but his kick is ill directed. Wright takes it back of the centre square, short kick, and that works for Taylor. Taylor wanted to go quickly, can now. Wills, he's got Pulfreman inside 50. Kick on its way, gets there now. He takes it, bent knee to the ground. Pulfreman, he goes over the top. Runner is Smith. Smith takes the mark 30 metres out, and he'll go back and kick for goal for the Blues, 18th of the afternoon. And they've been fairly dominant this last quarter, 20 points to 0 so far in the fourth term.
Quick transition there, Rob.
Yeah, look, and we...
Oh, he's a free player at half forward. Taking the mark unattended. Jay Blackberry turns and goals. Second goal in his record equaling game for Jay Blackberry. Loose marking there from North Hobart as Smith had Blackberry in acres of territory right in the guts of the half forward area. And he's converted a goal for Launceston, 18-15. 123 to 4-2-26. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, no, I was just to say, pick up Barch's point earlier about how hard they're working. You've got a guy like Jake Smith who usually plays across the back line. All of a sudden he's figured in play and then he's on the other end of it. So very, very poor marking there. To have someone like Jay Blackberry, as we've talked about, gets better as the game goes on, standing by himself. You know, he'll play another 212 games, I reckon, if that's going to happen every week.
And North Hobart have resorted, haven't they, just to bombing it into half forward, and it just came back every time. Tuthill, Wright, etc. back there.
Exactly. Tuthill's been great for him too.
Tiring a little bit, and they've fought manfully, but without the result on the scoreboard, sooner or later it does start and get a little bit demoralising. Let's hope they can run out this last 10 or 15 minutes here, the Demons. Launceston inside once more. Williams Senior, who's been terrific all afternoon, can't have met that ball. That was Junior, in fact. They've both been very good. Kick out was towards Jackson. Couldn't take the mark, brought it to ground. Crummers required. They hurry a kick to the outer wing. Coming up is Leaf Heber. Might have been tackled without the ball. Umpire said no. Play on. Ball in dispute. It ends with Walker, who's been busy in the second half. He gets up towards Hilda, coming out, 55 from goal. Open forward line. Where's he go? He goes to a vacant square. Plays to get back. Holt getting back. Will he get there in time? Miller Hodge does as well, and they usher the ball over. And they take it and go through Hodge. Hodge has Smith out on his own here on the commentary side. Goes over the top to Pulfreman. Plenty of time for him. He can come back inside to Blackberry. Does that now. He has Miller over the top. Goes there by hand. So Miller runs. Centre wing. Gives it to Denellen. Back to Miller. Gets to the 50. Over the top they go once more. McKercher. Top of the square. Riley 1-on-1. Well done. That was Williams again getting back there, I think. Won the 1-on-1. Got the ball towards the line. Hasn't got over though. Riley back onto the football. Around the body. Goal. Just can't give him a moment of space or opportunity. That was what he got there, and he kicked his 7th of the afternoon, Rob.
Oh, look, and you've got to feel for Hugh Williams there. He did everything right. His body work was spot on. He had Riley out of position, but, you know, he ended up going to ground.
I think he might be hurt a little. He's been slow to get up.
Yeah, he's right next to the behind post there, so I'm just wondering if he hasn't banged his head or done something. But once he was out of the play, Riley's like a jack in the box. He's onto that, and number 7 for the day.
Yeah, he's an opportunist, isn't he? He's lingered out the back, and out it came. And a jack in the box is a good description.
And the difficulty, I guess, for the matchup is you match him in the air, but then he gets you on the ground.
Yeah. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. We're in the last 10 minutes or so of this game. And North Hobart, though, they get the clearance here. Caswell inside 50, and Leaf Heber takes the mark. So Leaf Heber kicks it towards Finlay Poke over his head. Still a chance for the Demons. Out they come Chilcott for the Blues. Now to Tuthill, that man once again. Kicks up towards the wing, and Jake Smith will take the mark. Here they go with a quick transition to House. House to the flank where Denellen He's up against Young. He tries to shake the Young tackle. He does to Nellen. Short pass to Riley, who marks. 30 out. Thinks about centering it. Options are covered, so he might settle now for a shot and try and convert goal number 8. So he kicked 5 in the first quarter. 1 in the third.
1 in this fourth.
1 in the fourth, that's right. Dylan Riley looking for goal number 8. Sets it on its way and makes no mistake whatsoever. Easy as you like. That's 8 goals for Dylan Riley. 2 in a row. 20-15, 135 to 4-3, 27. 6 goals this quarter of the Blues.
Yeah, and I think, as I pointed out a moment ago, you know, he's and Barch picked that up as well. He's just so hard to match up against. He can have periods in games where, you know, he sort of disappears and then
Drifted
all of a
out
sudden,
of it a little bit and then...
Yeah, and I know that in one of the earlier games we covered when he had Musica up that way as well. They're very similar type of players. So when one was a bit quiet, the other one would fire up, and yeah, he's certainly had a good last quarter so far.
Putting a gap in this one now, the Blues. They've been dominant in this fourth quarter to date. Kept the Demons scoreless so far. Play restarts, and they will emerge with the football once more via Blackberry. Got the free kick. Alongside the centre circle, Blackberry goes now. Umpire's blowing a whistle. I think he's saying you have to come back and go over your mark, perhaps.
Yep.
So Blackberry will come back and do that once more. So the Demons have had plenty of time to get numbers back. So it's a crowded forward line. Goes by hand to Hodge. Hodge with a long, high kick. Jackson was there to effect the spoil. Ball at ground level. Fed out to Leafheber. Couldn't take the football. Launceston alive. Taylor came away with it. Got a quick kick forward. But again, Williams is there and he double fists it over the boundary line just to make sure it's through for one behind. So Launceston extend the margin. They're up to 136 now. It's a 109-point margin towards time on. In fact, 18 minutes gone in this last quarter. Kick up. Half-back flank. Taking it is Miller. Miller goes back to the top of the square. Riley, he's got 2 to beat. Couldn't do that. Brought it to ground. Hurried kick away from the Demons. Could be intercepted by Brown. Ball at ground level now. Caswell was there. No one takes clean possession. Now Brown comes away. Slung as he kicked it. Got the kick up towards Riley. Protects the football. Feeds a handball out. Who's there? No one at home for the Blues. Demons can clear on the outer side if they can take it now, and they do. Away comes Williams. That's Senior. Good kick to the advantage of his teammate. Kilpatrick. They go quickly, but his kick, not a lot to go to, and getting back there is right again. Back edge to the centre square. His kick's a little bit strong. Polferman takes the ball after an error by Norton. Sort of, it was a little rugby flick pass out the back there.
That was State of Origin the other night, that one.
And it now is with Hilda. He goes to Leafheber. Takes it in the hands. Can go back inside to Hilda, who runs on. He can go now, but again, there's no one home. Where's he go? Runs to 60. Short ball is okay. I think it's Finlay Poke hitting up at the kicker there, and he takes it 40 metres out. Looked like he was going to go long. Finlay Poke doubled back and came at the kicker and took the mark, and that's one of their better bits of play for the second half, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Finlay Poke was surprised. He just looked up and the ball was there. So good delivery and good effort. Good reward for effort, for sure.
Their forwards have battled hard, but just maybe haven't quite had the class of the Launceston attack. But Finlay Poke has an opportunity here for what will be his first of the afternoon, looking for the 5th for the Demons. He'll kick from 45, directly in front. Kick looks a little bit narrow, but not too bad. I think he's got the job done, Finlay Poke. He has. It's through for their 5th. The first of this last quarter for the Demons. They narrow the margin to 103. They'll be keen to get back below the ton if they can. So 5-3-33, trailing Launceston 20 goals, 16, 136. First goal for Finlay Poke.
Yeah, look, and again, good reward for effort through the middle of the ground, winning that ball. I guess the challenge for North Hobart, and it may be alleviated when they get some of their Devils back, is just their forward structure. The Launceston defence has been fantastic, as they've been all year. So a learning experience, guys, for the young Demons.
Back in the middle, Leadham wins the tap. Almost sharked there by Sandrick. He goes in for a second effort. Off the ground, Leadham gets it to half forward for the Blues. Getting out of a tackle is Taylor. Handball to space. Cleared out by the Demons defence, though partially smothered. Now back with Taylor. He's tackled, holding the ball. So nice tackle there by number 10 in Josh Bingham. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber, 13-5 in this quarter. Bingham, risky switch, but it comes off to Matthew Yates. Yates cruises away from half-back. Gets good distance with a kick up the wing. Walker in a wrestle there with Wright. 2-on-1 contest now, Bailey Walker. Tries to hit it to advantage. Wright's in there. And I think that's one of the young debutants there, Riley Higgins. No, it's Angus Norton, in fact, getting up there from the contest. So, last rays of sunshine here at Windsor Park. It's been a pretty good day for footy. The ball goes over the boundary line again.
Tired bodies out there now, Dave.
Yep, 22 minutes gone. Probably another 8 minutes to journey through in this last quarter. 136 plays 33. 6 goals to 1 in this last quarter after the Demons outscored the Blues in the third. In the ruck contest, Leadham hits it away here towards Miller. Sandrick again in that contest. Matheson tries hard. Players throwing their bodies in late in the game. Out comes Kilpatrick. Gee, he got out of trouble beautifully there. What a sidestep that was. Touched the ball to the ground. Now to Matheson. Gets his kick away just in time. Up in towards Hodge. Nearly takes the mark front position. Players falling over like 9 pins. As that's going to be a ball up. Right half forward, right in front of us here. In the Windsor Park Function Centre. So North Launceston lead by 35 late in the game there, so it's all over at Skybus Oval. McKercher takes the ball, tackled by Sandrick. Not escaping. So the Blues head down to KG5 next week for clash with Glenorchy. Taken by Hardy, can't get an effective kick. High tackle though, and will go to Nathan Hardy. Plays on, kicks inside 50, tries to find a target. Who gets a free kick there? That might be Sam Caswell. I'll have to wait till he gets up off the deck.
I think you're right, Dave.
It is Sam Caswell. Having a bit of a rest on the forward line, the on-baller. Fair way out. 45-degree angle. Kilpatrick goes past, but he's minded there by Tyson Miller.
What I love there from young Tuthill, I mean, forget the scoreboard, really disappointed with himself there. Yep. He's been terrific all day. You love to see that, don't you?
High standards, the Blues. Absolutely, Rob. Sam Caswell, close to the man on the mark, gets good distance with a kick and kicks a goal for North Hobart.
It is.
That's their second in the last quarter. And good reward there for Sam Caswell, who's tried hard all day here at Windsor Park. 6-3-39. Plays 20-16-136. The margin in under the ton now at 97 points.
Yeah, you like to see, as I said, forget the margin. You like to see the young players keeping at it, and it's pretty easy when you're behind by that much just to put the cue in the rack. But full credit to North Hobart, they're battling it out. Although, as we've pointed out through the quarter, Launceston have certainly really raised the heat. That's for sure.
Yes, they've been keen to finish this game off in style. The Blues, a couple of late goals here to the Demons. Just narrowing that margin back below 100, as Dave said. Dying minutes now. Saturday afternoon at Windsor Park. Leadham went up uncontested. Quick kick forward for the Blues. Miller is there. Looked to feed it out. Couldn't do so with any real effect. Ends up now, though, with a running Polframan. Right foot kick to the top of the square. Going back was Riley. That battle with Williams has been wonderful, particularly in this last quarter. Williams does well. Comes away. Earns a free kick. Kept the ball in front. And the umpire said that's good enough for me. Rewarded with the free kick. They can go short and wide. Kicks all right. Finds Kilpatrick. Goes now again short to the goal kicker there in Caswell. Plays on immediately, Caswell. Will kick up towards the Leafhammer. May not be able to get there. Coming across in front and taking the mark. That was well done. Comes back to Miller Hodge. And his kick is marked. Is that Tuthill sneaking forward? It is. Goes quickly. Inside ball to Polframan. He can straighten. Runs around one. Runs to 25. Handball to the top of the square. Going in and kicking a pretty easy goal on the end there. That was Taylor. That might be his first or second for the afternoon. He's kicked 2 for the afternoon now, Taylor. And that was a fairly easy goal on the end late in this final term. They're 21st of the afternoon. They extend that margin back to 103, Rob.
Yeah, they keep the pressure up. I mean, Polframan was instrumental in that passage of play, had his hands on it a few times.
Jack Tuthill, Rob, he's just been amazing today. He's knocked up getting kicks across half-back, and now he's getting him at half-forward.
Yeah, look, he's a really clever player. He's one of those
unsung players, isn't he?
He is. He just sees the game so well, and to drift forward and be a part of that is great after an afternoon in the back line.
26 and a half minutes gone, so we've only got a few minutes left here. Bit of a one-sided contest, but there's been a number of highlights here today at Windsor Park. Hardy wins a tap to Kilpatrick, swung in the tackle, releases the ball, not in time though, says the umpire. Now we've got a play-on situation with Jake Smith. Cruises through the centre, kicks up towards half forward. Oh, that's a strong contest. Player's gone down. Tyson Miller, a bit sore after that one. The Demons clear it away. Ronan Philgate gets the ball first. He's confronted there by Norton. Philgate and Norton wrestle on the ground. Holding the ball against Ronan Philgate. So a terrier-like effort there from Angus Norton. Wins the free kick. He's got Millhouse if he needs him, but he's going to go back and take a longer kick. Up here towards half forward, Nathan Hardy in a contest. Read by Caswell. He gets to 60 out. Little kick in towards Finlay Poke. They're in the deep and attacking 50 now. As Higgins can't quite take possession. Rebound now from Hodge. Hodge has Paul Freeman. Gets there just in time. Matthew Yates was putting pressure on. Now Paul Freeman runs his full measure. Touches the ball to the ground. Kicks up towards half forward. Tied players now. Who will knock forward of the contest there. He was held on to was Higgins. So Riley Higgins. In fact, it's the other Riley there, Riley Wood. He's not going to take the free kick though. It's taken by Yates. Yates kicks halfway. It's a nice mark there. Connor Smith, the number 31. In the shadows now, Connor Smith. High kick to half forward. Leading out was Hardy. Thumped away. Nice turn there from Bingham. He'll be caught though. And he's penalised as he almost got the handball away. Free kick to the Blues. 28 and a half minutes gone. Launceston 142, North Hobart 39.
Plenty of free kicks play this afternoon, but no doubting that one. Blues from half back. Kick to the centre of Windsor Park. Onto the loose ball is Smith. Got through a tackle, then came away. Was tackled just as he kicked it. That affected the kick. Ends up about 50 metres out from their goal. Players dive on that football now. That ball will be going nowhere. So I'll have a stoppage. 60 out from the Blues goal. Sun just about setting late here Saturday afternoon. It's a 103-point margin, late stages.
Stay with the post game because we're going to try and get an interview with Jay Blackberry, who equals Jay Bowden's record of 212 games today.
Had a great afternoon at the offices. Blackberry, couple of goals, plenty of the football. The Demons come away from the stoppage. Unable to take the mark there was Walker, who's been busy, particularly in the second half. Ball in dispute. Comes out towards the Launceston edge of that contest, but the Demons have numbers. They bring it back inside. There's the siren. That ends the contest here this afternoon at Windsor Park. Launceston, comfortable victors in the end. 21 goals, 16, 142. They defeat North Hobart 6-3-39, 103-point margin. And what was not a bad game in the end, Rob, but Launceston just too good.
Yeah, Launceston just too good. And I'd love to see this North Hobart side against Launceston with all their Devils players. I'd really love to see what sort of a difference that would make. But Launceston, like all good sides do, Barch, they just, when they need to, just raise the stakes, click it up a gear and away they go. And the thing that really impressed me with Launceston today, and particularly the stats emphasise that, is just what an even effort it was across the team. You can throw a blanket over probably 15 of them in terms of their possessions, their impact on the game, and that's something I know that would please Mitch Thorpe.
Yes, not too many players not contributing for the Blues this afternoon. As you say, very even spread. Goal kickers this afternoon for the Blues. Dylan Riley, he was the dominant attacking player on the ground. Kicked 5 early goals, ended the afternoon with 8. And Alec Wright, who had a terrific game at both ends of the ground, he ended with 3. Multiple goals to Blackberry and Taylor, and then singles to Seymour back in the team today to Nerlin, Pitcher, and I should say Paul Freeman and Mitch Thorpe kicked a couple as well. For the North Hobart side, all singles. Leafhaber got them going in the second term, and then Connor Smith, Finlay Poke, Hilda, Caswell and Walker all got in the board in the second half.
So Tony's down there and he's going to try and get an interview there with Jay Blackberry. Jay's just shaking lots of hands. Yeah, I think he's about shaking everybody's hand now, so he'll work his way back towards Tony. And as soon as I see them matching up, I will cross down to Tony. He's got the microphone on. He's got Jay Blackberry with him, so cross down to you now, Tony.
Thanks, Dave. I've got Jay Blackberry with me. Congratulations on your 212th game in the TSL football.
Thanks, mate. It's it was a bit scrappy today, but we got the job done, obviously, and we'll just move on to next week.
Yeah, and coincidentally, that's against Glenorchy, who Dave Burden, the former equal holder currently with you, played with.
Yeah, it's funny how things work sometimes, and looks like they played pretty well last night, and they've got a few of their cattle back, so it should be a good game down there next week.
How long have you been in Launceston for now, Joe?
I think it's 5 years now, so finally found my feet, so it's good.
Yeah, South Launceston before?
South, then Western Storm, and then here, so it's been a bit of a journey, but it's and a pretty serious injury, but we got here in the end.
Excellent. Today's game, there's a bit of everything in it. A few points, one out on the full, and a couple of goals.
Yeah, the two set shots early in the first, they were shockers, weren't they? So it was nice to hit the scoreboard in the end, and then I think I made it look like I tried to hit Dill in the pocket, but I was definitely going for goal. But it's nice to hit the scoreboard. But at the end of the day, we probably missed too many from some pretty easy shots. So it could have been a nicer day for us overall.
It could have been a lot more, but it was a good day. Look, coming off the premiership last year, hot favourites this year. Fitness issues in the groups. You had a couple of yourself a week or two ago against North. How's that pulled up?
Yeah, I'm fine now. It's just a bit of a cork, so that was all good. But we're just managing. We're lucky that we've got 7 Devils, which doesn't help us because we've lost some good players out of the team. But we've lost some good players through that, plus some injuries that they'll be right. We're just waiting for a few of them to come back and be right. So I'd expect Heinzie to be back next week. He'll be right, and I don't know if there's anyone else, but we'll get a few back in the next month or so.
Joe should be back next week too, I reckon.
Yeah, he was just resting his hand. So look, we get a couple of handy ones back, and then we'll build towards that final series.
Well, on behalf of all the listeners and the guys from City Park Radio, congratulations on equaling the record today. Good luck next week, tribunal pending and all that sort of thing, just before 3/4 time.
Yeah, I don't think there was much in it, but should be right.
We'll see. Okay, well, all the best for that, and
Thank you.
Congratulations on your record.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. And that was Tony down there with Jay Blackberry on his record equaling game. You get the handshake there from the North Hobart coach as well. Okay, boys, almost time to wrap up. Rob, I'm going to go through groups of stats, and while I'm doing that, you have to think about your 3, 2 and 1. All right, so the pressure's on a bit. See how you go. So going through Dave Gruber's stats, and thanks for his efforts today here as per usual. A great effort here on the balcony at Windsor Park to give us all these stats through the day. Hit-outs today, Launceston 47, North Hobart 23. Clearances 28 to Launceston and 33 to North Hobart. So they actually won the clearances over the day, did the Demons. Inside 50s, 58 to 25. So a big disparity there, 16 to 7 in the last quarter. Marks inside 50, the Blues took 18 over the day to North Hobart's 4. And the free kicks pretty even as it turned out. North Hobart 31, Launceston 30. So to finish up our stream today and also our City Park Radio broadcast, it's Rob Sow with some better players in 3, 2, 1.
Thanks, Dave, and I know that Macca McGee and Maxie Walker will be glued to their computers and radios listening to this, and it's been stressful for me. I've lost a bit more hair trying to go through these, but I'm going to start with North Hobart. Look, they got bits and pieces out of a number of their players. You know, I thought Hilda and Kilpatrick, Leafheber, we called him a few times, Caswell, Sandrick around the contest. Jackson was really important to them, dropping back and filling the hole. So, you know, some good things from those players. For Launceston, again, as we've highlighted, very, very even. But I wanted to single some players out before I give them a 3, 2 and 1, because normally in any given week these guys could consider themselves unlucky that they've missed out. I thought Jack Tuthill was great for them today across the back line. He ended up drifting forward and setting up a goal. Colby McKercher, every time he gets it, he always looks like he's got time, and he's so clean with how he uses the ball. I really liked his game. Jake Smith played a bit more through the middle today, and he was terrific. He was in everything. Strong, physical around the body. I also want to mention Hamish Leedham. I thought he was fantastic in the ruck for them today, and again, the dominant ruckman on the ground, but also the other thing too that I like from Hamish is that it's not just when the ball's in the air. He's always, in there with a block, a bit of body work, a tackle. I think he was the actual league best and fairest in the reserves last year.
Yep.
So, very talented player.
And basically rucked against about 4 blokes today.
He
Rob.
did. He absolutely did. And again, can consider himself unlucky not to snag a vote. But as far as the votes go, I've given one vote to Jay Blackberry, who again, as I've highlighted, gets better as the game goes on. Very, very busy in the second half. And terrific game from him. I've given 2 votes to Alec Wright. We called Alec's name a lot during the game. As Bart mentioned, really busy across the back line, intercept mark, setting play up, but then goes forward and kicks 3 goals. So I thought he was a really terrific player. From a 3 votes, it's really, really hard to go past Dylan Riley, who was obviously the dominant player on the ground. 8 goals. And if I really put the blowtorch on him, he probably could have had 12 or 13 if he'd have kicked straight, because, as sometimes is the case with Dylan, misses the easier shots, but, again, makes the harder ones. So 1 vote Jay Blackberry, 2 votes Alec Wright, 3 votes Dylan Riley. And for the benefit of the radio listeners, there is the most magnificent 2 rainbows, actually, as we head back out across the city. So a great curtain falling across the ground here today. In what we've seen as a dominant display from Launceston. Thanks, Dave.
Absolutely, and I think Ben, as our final vision today, is going to get those rainbows that are over there on over Riverside. It's a great sight. Been a great day. One-sided contest, but there was some really good footy played, and some really terrific individual efforts from both teams. North Hobart outclassed during the day, but congratulations to Launceston, who continue their winning ways. So thank you to you, Barch. We'll see you down the track a bit.
Yes, good afternoon this afternoon, fellas. As you say, it was a entertaining game in the conditions, and Launceston walking away with the points as we expected.
And Rob, thanks for your efforts today on the expert chair.
Thanks, boys. Always good to hold the difficult seat here that Maxie Walker occupies so well.
He did a great job. And thanks to Groobs on the stats. Thanks to Tony on the boundary. Thanks to Ben on the camera bringing you the stream this afternoon. And thanks to Chris Ball back in the studio for his efforts as well, getting us to air this afternoon. And also thanks to Craig Martin for being our half-time guests. Okay, that's all from us here at Windsor Park. The final score in round 11 TSL was Launceston 21-16-142, defeated North Hobart 6-3-39. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor